May I call live?
Yeah. And my bear 5 minutes. Why?
No problem. No problem. Too bad me afraid to come on.
Yeah.
I'm on live. I'm gonna go.
And I'll just call back this line.
Maybe I'll show you.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Me for WhatsApp and a regular phone.
Regular phone is okay. You can call this line.
Okay.
Thank you. Brother Maxwell, good morning. Welcome, Mademoiselle. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to talk a little bit more about the Constitution. Things are happening in Ghana that we need to, the right people are not speaking. Unfortunately, we need to speak for the government to hear that people voted them into power. Today, you are going to hear Dr. Soga again explaining things to us. Dr. Soga is an anthropologist who lives in the United States of America. You know, we Ghanaians has traveled because there was nothing for us in our country.
Addo, it was you, my lawyer in that courtroom. It was you, my soldier.
Enipa apoyenya ebeya den na yemfe nyame ye nisnumu sei ebem we no mo ankwala mpanyimfo ye nkwala ema woni asese omani ebie na da ho na omani eda ho se aboa owo no na omuhu fam no muhu fam biom ena ye ni okamafo wo Ghana. Today we are going to talk extensively about the Constitution. Why do we need it to be effective, laws to be effective, so the things that are simple will remain simple for a simple Ghanaian, for a citizen to get up in the morning and have something called work without fearing for their lives. And now Yebekasa in TTA.
Your holy name, we glorify your holy name.
And now Yebekasa. Invite you, be what no be some friend will be your brothers. Invite somebody. Because in Maminka Semichro, we are hunting ourselves. A nipa adani hunter of their own way species. Ghana, ye hunting yourself or be bepia. Or the SSO d'empire, but the antenna bompire. The antenna bompire. O bompire send ya when you who know or no radio or no who are being now whom mamma poucha me boy. Ye fat and paying for as a son commoding yama to drum, and now as I'm paying for and Kayabo don't pay Mugana from paying for no moon cocoa, and then paying for you know cocoa into Frau Biwati. My name is Mr. Soga, and now your baby say, what do we need for that Constitution to be changed so we can effect the laws will be effective for the average Ghanaian? Sani ebeya ni peni be bebre ni frefra ebi mo sorry amu be ko ama woni a sabi omo ye strong than the Agyapong obi ti se obi e pomo de won futuro ayo ho nyina no pay ukwan ye insu etata wo dan kire apotoro bibre enemre yi yensi indoor toilet ye si huritim ene enkurasi nyina light bebre ni ho bebre Ghana ene 2020 yen government edu akire ye ba ma no ne bebo bosia bagisi kapapa bi esesanka ye ne ye kuro no ye mfa nye kuro no ye because ye nie frefra So what you say? Ya yen beggars, Ghana for ya yen beggars. We are beggars. Yen paying for no, we are beggars, and they want us to fix ourselves, so we can remain beggars. Sanya beya, omu di koko brewa. So what you say? Obaje ne fen no wanu makogu yemu. So unim say don't pay me what say ubumnema was saying. Emu what ding. Because when you need and then painful, you know, my say, Omo kunto kwati say pipe one tokwa, and then can the Agyapong sorry, and now mammy, and now papa, or knew what to say. He's not intellectual. What was say, now I do actually, and now wouldn't need intellectual say for FAC. What was said, or now say, or say, prepare yourself, unim die, ya do be see a con, and unti educate yourself, no so one ya can, or near for be what in a bedding como, and como. Ebe biye wadwini na adanmu wadwini adwini no let it be awake uye nipa mapa ye bo woto Ghana sase so gold so ye wo yento gold ye wo yento enye nsara so Ghana ye mfisrem ye wo yento gold mu esesanka edima ye wahwe ye asase Udintesuo edan usi dan kra na sanua no wanfa cement na nkova baabi a ubehwe ne bibi efifi wo ho ye notie no efifi ni amapapa ene ye mpenfo anani eguso ye mpenfa ye bonne moja na ehwere asase ni esu sade so hwa sade we ebel eni ni nua okokoku no na moja no esu edan nyame unnim so obi na ebo asase na woteso no. And we are going to educate ourselves. Allow yourself to be educated. Maminka Asemichome say, my slogan is Maminka Asemichome. I guess I will tell you, say Makanda. Maminka near Ekosu Ghana. Che? Ghana near Ekosu no one. So one for one to move and kebi. Mau kuku anye den and kasapen yo din kwasya samu anymore. Che? Ye de woda chibed ebe dani ade foforo. One say utu weni a wote Ghana, utu weni mfuturo nkoten. Ena ye ba be kire woni enti say your constitution say change. Frɛ obi invite somebody. Na share video no. Ma obi a ote wonchen so nhye bi. Hwɛ, sɛ wan prapra ofi a untimi mfa ne ama papa mbam. Baby a meti won. Let me give you a perfect example. Baby a meti ade bi si ha. Me pese me decorate na me ye dan yi mu te say studio. Master tenanka we ma penti ya na ma yi na makoto akunya papa bi inso ade bi si ade na ya me de nse meje mama akọ inso ya ade dada suban boni ye hye ye mu a ye teso a emma niama papa enkoso emma wuyem emma dwene papa ma wuyem no emma wo kwan emma niama papa ma wabrabom ade we si ha no mu na akyekere me hwe me exercise wa nka me yi free ha anka metimi aye we metimi atenetene me nemu aye me yoga papa bi atimi dance fine enso baby chochopo bi wo hu say mete ho no anka se me dane no ko this angle my ye pictures bi mu ekọ this angle na nso ade ni si ho ade dade bi si ho a aye suban aye ne eteme so aye asia kwan sa me wiasete se Ghana fo se mo change se mo ama mo mindset na change se de ye de tete mu ama otan abedue bi mu o matu kwan so o mo se Ghana fo change o mo attitude no ama o mo suban fin dada na ye de tete o mo wefu o mo ho no bebre de etu kwan ena ye ba be kasa mo nhwe Kennedy Agyapong na enkurasefo na wo mo se obi a wabetena brochi da look at Kennedy Agyapong wabetena brochi o ono se watoto dan nso wo suban a Ghana gene papa because ono na oye payin so onye mpayin niama because oye nkola waka omu ahye owo nkola waka omu ahye omu ntimi nka na asem owo nkola odi hu ahye omu esan ohia esan ahokyere onipa ahokyere na they subject themselves to nothing so onipa ahokyere wa you subject yourself to become nothing. And now you're bedding como until dear Fre obi, ye frefre, said the own super fro.
And see me catching your sit down. I refrain when
nipa ho eno nti wo ho a da bia kan ho ne esese wo de kai wo ho no if you have anything to measure yourself to remind you to empower you eno nti na yehia eno nti na wo hia book eno nti na enne Nyankopon or saying Jesus about saying we will do exploit eno nti na mete Canada ha na wo take Ghana baby bia wo German wo hifa utimi hume odisa eniema we let it work for your benefit tie nsempa eno nti esan say e refree e wo nipa ho ye be kasa yen constitution na e allow in painful to behave like children. Esan said they know say you are also a child. They know said they did not empower you, they didn't give you the knowledge and the wisdom, the courage, the leadership skills, how you can differentiate good and bad, how to cut them in on a certain behaviors. Because unti behaviors nasi. So what you say? Nunti painful no omo behave to sem kwala ena o approdo omo ene da na me yes we me kasa abrantie bi say at we o se de ba de me remfini da na me say awola people are acknowledging, people are making room for we and never say bad behaviors. Why? Because it is not their fault. Omo nim papa sa na ye de entity ya ye de ma ye no so what you say, you don't question. So you don't question. Wouldn't mean preference say woman ya di bone. You do not question. And unti ama ye nkuro no, we are standing still. And sakraye say banintimi ma. Empuntu say ye to enti ye gina faako. Esan say, she nia ye de adua wo mu no, ansa na ebe tutu afiri wonko no. Aji uproje yourself and until you baptize it. It is a form of ceremonial way to remind you what you have entered into. Inti adie bia no et say ye twa wudua et say ye circumcise and then join me. We are going to circumcise ourselves. Sometimes it hurts. It is bitter. It is painful, but it also brings you into a different realm. So what you say? E ma wo hu ade foforo ena me say ye ba be kasa do not men so what you say e ma young brother Mr. share the video, have someone on your page also hear about it yen nyina yen kan ya numbum na yen fa enchechire Ghana because mamenka asem nchire without you utu kwan kwa abrochi kura onimade bi unye do wa ye recommend you to area Ghana for wa wo se wonjindi no bra brochi memu na bra ase Ghana ni na se edrobi bibi na etata wo nti na wo bedu ha wo remu na wo de pen uni pen bi ekasa nkoten de a omo be kire wo se ene ha no mo se ne be ya wo nsa beka eniema bi easy ama wo sa na omo de obroni adwene papa no no sanka baby a wo nua wo enka wo nua betimi a kire because wo nua ne te hadada eno nti ye hia ye ho we kire say this is a normal human behavior. That is how we can progress. Sane ye be ya yensu ye betimi empower yourselves na ne esese ema wo bre na ebre no sonso ate esan say I te say de obi afa kwan bi so da na wo afa na wo ba befa kwan no mu ho se wo pese wo ne wo kwan no mu ho nyina de a esese ne ofri kwan mu ho ba no wo gina ho ne kasa na wo nya abotre na wo di nyansa ebisa ne se de wo ba no de na hu ye ne esese me hwe me hu ye wo ho sa eno nti we kire wo se ye hia ye ho in order for us to be successful as Ghana for ye hia ye ho in order for us to be progressive in wherever certain we circle you finding yourselves no you need a Ghanaian and na yaba be kasa nti wo de call somebody, invite somebody na ye nyina nkomo ne nye dedede na yetimi edi nkomo ne ye na yetimi afa we futuo a ewom yetimi afa futuo a ewom ba mamenka bribi ewa hano uwo Ghana na se utna ekuro bi so ekuro no mefa ne se utna suhum kura de it's a very diverse community because uwo mentementefo ngunya akuapem way for high before or hokro before or hopa men so metena ho bi ntino it's a very diverse but me fa ne say wotina baby to say ho as kumase won baby a problems if fifi papa won baby bia wote wo ne ye the same na wo ne obi so ne ye the same no ne ye fra ne kuresini because you do the same things over and over say won ade foforo ye hu inti kurase che say you cannot come out of your comfort zone but enipa dasani enye saa na nyame boy say ye besua say ye be transform yetimi transform ye ho enipa na etimi change ne ho enipa na etimi sua de emipo a esi ho no emipo esi mipo ntimi change enipa na ese say ye enimipo ne be kofema e yo nipa dasani ena obekọ no why or the nkrantie or the either say a scraper or the anything equipment in nipa say equipment no so en free soro na ebe asase so e ye nipa dasani na etimi sesade inti enipa we are to change from our situations and grow build but utna baby the same behavior over and over your mindset remains the same it becomes very difficult for you to accept something new and nonti oshe kumase look at what is going on nienti abibi papa bi emma Ghana abonten no so no enipa bi ano odin you see let the truth be said esan say enipa bi ano odin no mo fo say omo no mo wo tumi omo na omo chichire Ghana kuro omo na omo amamre anase abakosem tetensam no omo no mo ye nipa ema yete efree empanyfo bi ano omo kan de biara say yen ena ye chichire kuro no yen ena ye say which is in the Ashanti region ohwe ekuro bi nsusu a omo ntikasa foforo bi anya Ashanti pe ohwe ekuro bi nsu a sabi hwe group bi a ewo Ghana omo so omaye omo so mo nsua kasa bi anka ne omo te ho no sa behavior no ene ye friend kuresini eno ena ye friend okuresini because you cannot move yourself from your regular and also your situation near what you are comfortable with is what you do but you are human being and I'm here to tell you say uye nipa putting the ends way change issue and no putting a constant thing you need to grow from point A to point B wa dwene esese who say yaw the ideas is different and unti esese me ne yaw yehwe ne yema yaw yehwe ne yema me na yegye yaw we tumi kakra na yagye me nso me tumi kakra na ye de simfimfini sa ne be ya me nku yaw na yaw nso nkumi na yaw enwene se magimi na me nso me nwene se yaw agimi enye sa it is a flexion Ghana ye pre Ghana ntotoye inkote na ewo ye nkrom wonim ne ntira there are certain group baby omo nyini ye omo ne ye omo enfree krom ho anko baby omo ko baby kra ena baby omo te no so ena ye di ensa benkum akire krofoforo bi se weimu ewo suban sei weimu omo nka Ghana fo ho weimu omo ene ye eye sei eno nti akole nyini ewo saa group no mu a na adwene about me fa ne say empepefuo entafuo ayegbefuo krobofo enkranfuo hwanfuo esanse wonka de akan kasa no wonka Ghana ho we na ye friend okuresini we okuresini because sasan you became blind to the other people other culture say the same people that made Ghana to become Ghana no you fail to understand said they were part and until we need ye at the foforo ba opugu she Jesus ba ye no na Jew for no expect say enkana ss o free ebusiekuo bi mu she Ghana ne yakoso no I watched Kumasi fuo dwadifuo comment e ho na me kan say she yani Ghana fo mamefo mwajira sa crown na nyankopon di ma ye no ya yira no ya de pesemen kuminya otan any time at the ayano. Jesus buy no na omofo say nyankopon or ya head of you wo ye kete brawnwase tie nipa meja mpapa mu. You see esan so baby okopie carpenter niba ye wo no to emmoa edan mu enunti na Jewfo no they were elites. Something I say when free abusia no Shagana Kumasi for Kejetia. I watch that way no me di betwe amukaka ye besua ade. I watch that thing and you wonder why you are crying. You wonder why ube bompa yeshi ensi. You wonder why obiti say owusu bempan kanchiro se fensuo bra. You wonder why osofu bi en kanchiro se koko chetre. You wonder why wuma opia o medium because abrantie bi nso edi obati obanan ena odi obayem akọ berry ena watwa wadwudwa wo ma ebeye den ena wo oba maame oba empo oba wa brochi ofre no kora oni $1 odi bebrew because maame ka se ni kirew enhira anyame de brew no esan say en on free nia wa adwene ketewa no your carnal and narrow mind no esan say en free hontino when we say wopo. Look at the languages these market women and you are selling. Uni munsano ejuma ni nyame akan guso. Do you know ensano ejuma adia obia wo ukura ade na wo se wo koton. Uni ni nyame akan fa sa ade no. Se wuni mama me ka se mi kire. Uni ni nyame akan fa wo tekrema we. Uni ni nyame akan fa wo tekrema ye da wanumu yi. Wonim mframa na epie fi wanum no wonim etumi a ewo so ebeye den ena nsofofo yemfa mo nye toys yemfa mo nye simple mefa ni say items entumago enipa beye entumago wo Ghana ama ye kasa emmemu because say mahama ena esi anaso share kejeti asisi yentino kumasefo dwemufo sei omumpe omo sei enye ono no ye hwe etumi a ewo kasa hu no munsua de Ghanafo hwe munsua wo se wo ba onya they will become se wo de wanoka na wo de kan wankasa exercise it to yourself ka kire ho se me ho otan anopa bia be gira nhwe me ho otan ena menye your whole way surroundings, your thinking, your actions will be as such because what you say, what you think is what you produce. You will become as nothing as your own words. And unti kumasifo ma when we say Jesus by omo Jew for believe say esa omo kana mind ne sesen esesa nka ofri abusia we mo nipa esesa nka na wo kasa we enunti Muhammad say market no omo say enyo omo mbu otani na ebesi market no ena ye ba be kasa ne enti a emra ewu hia ne enti a esa nsa we foolish we dumb stupid wa dwene ye nyina. We can behave like animals sometimes. And until we need a certain things, nyankopon e dia che yen yo mene wo na etimia regulate na a change na a correct yen behavior, which is the law. And until na se wo pu emra na wa yera. Onua share the video me pamcho. Me wo YouTube as well. This is Famudie Hotspot Radio 1 from Canada. Share the video. I have Dr. Soga on the line to chat with us. He's an away anthropologist, someone who look through things. On Ghana, ya kalamu eni petitiri for mo Ghana nyina na aka enkwasiafo no omu country no. Na yesese if a corrupt leader rules a nation, they become the nation chaos. And yesisi ena brother come home. Na yen share the video so na ma wonuante look at Kevin Taylor ni juma odi me say ye ba besta yeso se Ghanafo we journalist for say ya to omofu ya to omumene ena obiti omohwea so ne ma no nso ade e hye omase no omo intimate na se ye because say they are behind are so busy they can't tell the truth. We in the diaspora we are going to tell the truth. So ti ase wa mo engineer me bi ni no ye be kire mo say Ghana hwe fix the country group no one say onia obi mu eno nti no gangsters na omo hye ase ne Captain Smart na omo ano mo ye nkrofo the area gangs young gang a political group have become gang and no back when free mwate na ho eyo omo wanwa share the video na wo nuan so share video no ya mama akwa aba onuan ma omo hwe we appreciate you so much and untina owo eha no so keep watching Doctor akwa aba edeba fa hodie ahome so
oh yeah what to say
empom boko madaroma
Bichia tiefo ni afefo nya
yeah the right yes na ene de say me sure say wo dog Ghana na wo pe Ghana sem enka baby a wuti ene wote bia ewo abrochiman mu enka wo yo obi a wo ye we Jonah enka wo de eja wo fa ensemhunu be ho nanso wo ye Nehemiah wo na wo dwene wo man ho na wako advocate for we mu ene sese ye mo nyansa ene ese ye makwan e wo Ghana nanso uti ahoman so wo abrochiman mu enka wadwuma papa bi ene wo dan papa bi ene krono dan emma wo da wasomdwo wo nanso ene esa wo nuane mu musu nyankopon ahye wo ntino watie nyankopon su anopai nyame nhira wo pa se wo ahoman so na wo de yen ba be kyerɛkyerɛ ne ekoso wo Ghana na wonso wa be kyerɛkyerɛ yen the way a ye beti na yatene me bi ase because ye ma mefuo bi mu ne papa se enya nkola no these are a group a omanyinyini nso omadwene ewo fam kurakura na me blame omo because yen tete ye no it did not permit, it didn't give any opportunity for wisdom ti nyankopon hira pan ene ne ekoso politicians efo nyina ye vote ma omo a na omo refi adwuma no. Yeah, what is the way constitution no last time obe explain kire yen ene tiefo aye krado mpeso omutie the need for constitutional change no mesra obetimi aboso bio mama ye na ye de ahedwuma nanse
yo me da se ekrobi ya na oman dia ini ekuo kura no wodom kuo ewo emra bata ekuo no ya echese say kwan we so ne pese ye dom yeku and so na tie wo even abusia kura mu no there is a phrase say unwritten constitution and you know a oyere ni okunu kura no mo ware a ese mo take vows. That vows no has an unwritten constitution. Unwritten constitution say mo ankasa wo mo adwene makoma mu no ewo odo emre bia ebata mo ware ho ya mo eno enam eno so na mo dubebo mo brase awarefo enti no ewo busia mu so no ye wo saa emra no ya eda adwene akoma so na si ye hwese ye man Ghana ye free be said ye say a fourth republic I didn't think a fourth republic just a bredia o man be say yeah asrafo edi won tumi baba be jiremu eyi empenyufo a ana empenyim boni a wo mo esai o man eyi o mo efi ho na je say o man no ebo a esi esan ye den ye fra no foforo enti si esan fra no foforo na eno no ese esan de emra foforo eba na emra ye de ba no ehwe se enoma esia entia omana bonusa no mane ensibio eno no ana ede republic no eba enti yedi Kenya First Republic obra Kwame Nkrumah ene na hoka fofo womo ene abrofo no edi nkitahu a chese womo konya womo ekachre ma abrofo se esesi ara mraso sa mo fia ya sa so na mo komokro enye fa hodie ni ya jio because fa hodie ne ya dia ye wodeda na abrofo na abas wo mba be shayenso enti no opanyin Kwame Nkrumah na hokafo no womo mo ti asese eha ya sasi ni yanara ya sasi ni ya abode ede amaye enye mo abrofo na mo de amaye nti mo fi asase so na monko enti na ye wo ye fa hodie ansa na abrofo no bae nti de ye nse pamo wo mo se nhyeso na wo mo de aba wo mo de shayenso no wo mo fi ye mam no wo monko nti wo mo koye na chene se esi ano esi ye de ebu ye man awo se de fata ano na the First Republic ne bae First Republic na china fe JB dan kwan ne free fano de kika ka ho a wo mo esan ebo wo man no wo mo ye ikuwa wo mo ye panyin Kwame Nkrumah efi ho a wo mo de military bae eno echi no wo mo san eto aba aban foforo constitution foforo the Second Republic and so bae eno echi friend is Agyapong so ba se da bi sene no mesi kono enye ana so ba bo man no yi sampanyfo no fi ho ya womo ebu man ede asrafo no ebu man eno echi panyin Rollins so ba hu sa de kosi dia enye because Agyapong abetra so omanu nkoyi na kufu so be yine fi ono so abetra so no so kronobono an chese akoso ya panyin Rollins na hoka fon so omo abebo omana omo eye ne yi ya eno no omo sai oma omo to aba constitution fofora omo to aba ya de opanyin leman abetra so eno na de Third Republic ne bai opanyin leman so betra so ne chese osha still ana enoma nkoyi na fe kura de babia noma no kona kura ana no so de osanje no betum ya oyi sampanyfo ni nyina efi ho ya nyame adom osha na opanyin leman ankasa de na onye body bia ba sa ahokafo na ode aka mo ha wo mu fi sa jebi dan kwano mo line no ya wo mo sai o man no ana no so oyi wo nyina efi ho a wo sande na srafo ebe transfer wo mu bu o man sa akodru be bia no hu sa afeedie etimi eto aba mani ye ya no o mo san echichire emrafofo ya the Fourth Republic Constitution ya tesia no Fourth Republic na ye wo ma se sia JB dan kwa busuafo bio asande wo mo abegimwa tesia o man pro ya bebia kono se ya ntimi ansore nyina wanye bibia na o man ne die eseya yesi no ebe ha dwen pa enti dia ekosu nyina no eseya esua de mayen se de ebe ya se nyame dum yen na se yetumi eye ensesan wo amambu hu a ese ye constitutional ebe hwese sa aproyening enoma ekoso a eseya man no ensibio enti no ni adia mesesi ana dama kuma so mpese kan wa se mpese kwan ben so ana ese yetumi afa ye be hihye emrafoforo ya ebabua ama kataso ni aproya ekoso organ sesi ana to be ya ncbo awoye men
nyame nhyiraw etiefo Dr. Soga ena o kasa no ene ye ba bedi nkomo afa yen constitution no areas SSA nienti ayeka is it amendment of constitution we share US constitution amendment 15 why because yenye ba ha no na abrofo no omutire mu aye omode omo na omo chichire ya emo chichire nkrofo bi yesi obi chichire kuro a na chese wa chichire nkrofo bi ato na wo wafa Sa na chichirikuro wa chichirikuro cause ha no America the indigenous way yomo ye red Indians o show mo ne ye a omo ne Africa for e pom som Africa for mfuo bi mu omo njai tete ne amemo nto ho no omo njindi said there is a new life and afen so they are inti omo so no omo som eniame bi omo culture ne ye different abrofo no ba ye na obechechire omo to ho na omo so omo de omo ekuo anase omo man eba ye ni omo nuanom a ye ni omo fi German e bi free hwan omo di boat kese ene yesi ene yese ohini wei ewo UK ho se Australia ho na ene omo ato asinsuo no so omo se kwakwa hwehwe asase wei so kohwe nia ewo ho nuawa ewo ho ene amapapa ewo ho ene omo de ebewura Africa nso bi but ohwe na ebi before eba kromu ha mpo abekon the constitutions na wo America maimu emanestimisti san ye because teteno na obibini there are so many laws and ness anka Ghana for bi no mudi kan ba ha anka yen doctor soga anka sa laws na ka yeda so tim because hwe ne yakoso Ghana e bi say fix your attitude instead of fixing the system. Of course, what should come first? Everything beyond there are categories and more priority. Which one is a priority? And I won't pay you for no. Omo cannot correct you. Omo nim what the constitution is even is. Did they translated the way of it to say Canada Agyapong what the constitution has said? Many ni because ni chi kasano constitution no chi ni constitution no broni na ye ne tina ho JJ Rollins no sa tam no oye omo translator ono no kasa man pay for ni tina ye man be share ho no because onim abrofo no skin no ya akose. Enti na I to say ono nso na oye very very active ono nso na mo hwe na ne so hwe enti ono no di anim abrofo ne ba between the conversation that happens between and paying for ne ahemfofo na JJ Rollins na no so wo hwe abakosam ni tapes ni archives e wo ho a no o kirikire nsemu ene yen constitution no omo te wey omo bu man no omo te ase yen papa. What do you think? Where, in which area? Is this an amendment? And what does it look like? Say na yes, yebetimi an average Ghanaian Betty asia ekromu akola ketekete onyini benyina civic way na ye kire no constitutional law omo de yembe JK fo nyina nim say obi on the space any space kindergarten akola nim say the space any space in so Ghana. Esan say ya jesa fa wudie no sa constitutional right no wo ya kwala ketekete ne ya gifri wo ho eno nti na the word fa wudie no ye nti ase eno nti na ne obi a ekom de no Canada Agyapong ya hwe ma no etimi be ka say Canada Agyapong see companies in sukosho ni kuro. Where do you think or how do you think this constitution can be well understood? And which area do you think needs to be changed? Young Papa Soga.
No, correct. Sesiano, Yamino, Yashanka amendment, and Anka here. Say amend the constitution, a family breed, because the view of what Yane vague, for instance, the part 2 of the constitution and it deals with governance now the executive, the judiciary and the legislative now executive no manpenyin na hoka for the cabinet ministers nominate one regional ministers nominate ade na fe legislative no MPs ne parliament. Yeah, one more MPs now the judiciary and the Supreme Court and in same DBI one mine more I say Yashem Rapana Yedi Branoswo. Now see our all sa family and son in aside a prop. Executive is corrupt, the legislative is corrupt, the judiciary is corrupt. And the whole constitution is corrupt. The It is a amend the crap. Who is going to amend it? Because a parliament, woman I saw Moshe said, then the amendment goes through. Now see, if they amend the constitution, not the ABC on Kwawa, a prayer choir, woman, the emphasis, woman to me, emphasis will be a audience for one bay. They wouldn't do it. Well, they wouldn't do it. Ain't said the association, I don't know, Aquacoyan. And he said, I'm not advocating for anything, but I said, BBC, either military takeover, and I said, that just like what happened in Tunisia, there has to be, and Egypt, there has to be a military takeover. Because the military, is to defend the country from oppression and exploitation. And you can't say the defending of the country, and again say defense is only for outside defense. It also has to be internal defense. So, if the internal governance of the country, and I say, I remember or man who says, say your mind, I start trap one, almost original,
okay.
And in that aspect, the military must do its work to basically arrest the bad governance that is going on, jeopardizing the country.
Okay.
So,
okay.
And that wouldn't be considered a coup d'etat, because coup d'etat, there is somebody said, we are just coming to eliminate. This is part of the military's duty to arrest the corrupt governance that is going on, that is wrecking the country, because the current governor is an enemy of the people.
So,
and the military is there to fight against the country's enemies.
Okay.
Very
good. Very good.
And this Yakasi amendment, the amendment is not going to work. Because in Kofona,
exactly.
And idea beba or and is not in their interest.
That's right.
And they are not interested in having any amendment. And they say, say, one more to me or to me, I must say, and society beba or one that so me or Majuma. As for one more Jumano, they have to defend the country from not just from external enemies, but also internal enemies, internal adversaries.
Because
now,
right
currently, the internal adversaries of the country are basically the government. And they have to stand and fight against that. They have to protect the country from the wreckage of the current government.
Very good. Therefore, you are listening to Dr. Suga. You see, we are talking about the Constitution of Ghana. Yen Constitution no krampono, yen tiasye. We are talking about how to make it effective, that it doesn't put us in jail, or it doesn't harm us. Right now, the Constitution is harming the citizens of Ghana. Our own Constitution is harmful for the people, because the very people that are supposed to ensure that this Constitution is working for the people, they are using it to rather harm the people. Last week, before KJTia, before Agyapong na omo engine to moon na omo po papa omo kasegu omo dwane so edwane bedum. Yes, omo kasegu dwane so edwane bedum, because when move the source of your income, when you disrespect it, when you disvalue it, it will be eliminated. It will be eliminated. Before ansana, before no omo ba KJTia no. Not the government, epeso mutuya etuobi ano mwechucha. The government uses its power to manipulate, and I had to say intimidate the people, rather the same people that gave them power. I had to say ukretuo na openyi bi ehia osefetuo no mame oya dada wo saa odi tuo no hye ne saa no wadane tuo na hye ato so say pay. Over my uncle, or the bebo yim, or the abo nine. Send a bear will be slow. So see, people are dying slow, Ghana. Now, a 2 mobile energy before and say, Aden, Omono Martinase, Omone, or member for government. How many MPs at Nasia they have agreed. And then when they go back, the MPs, because you see, the government can make money. They almost wouldn't pay more. So the constitution now, yeah, Papa Soga when you say amendment, you need the same legislators, the executive board, which is the government bodies, we see to make sure say it is effective. They won't do it. They say I will catch the Agyapong say o gracia na ye de ma no ye pese ye law no etimamufo ne bra nti ye Jesus ka ne de akoka the poll no ho a the coffers the government coffers no mu na etimi aso school dan mu etimi aso lord kwan mu etimi aso wakura ho na afi bedu a na wotimi du ha enkokorafo wo bra ensi otokura na nkrofo ye mu hihie omo no etimi aso ho on jin to muda go and tell even Mahama, go and tell Minim, go and tell Ekufado the Ompenaso Yenim Dada. Okay, this same legislator, no, they are corrupt. Or during the Funkwa judiciary, and no, I check a whole way a judge corrupt or bone kind only Ghana. And there's a question about government and member in high position like that we should not even, there shouldn't be any benefit of the doubt. They shouldn't be tainted. And say fee can wa prose kan so aban oteso no. Esan say yo madwuma ne adwuma ananka wo hya ase kwa me nkuruma mmeremu e na wo mututu ye ene MPP nya MPP na e wo hoteti no. JB dan kwa mo ideas no. Omo san de back. Nti ese so mo finish it. Oboniye fonso de hwe onhunim animguase eno nti meburu no sukura. Does the government listen? Omo ba out abeka abe make any statement amma bomu kokosai ene kunkum ahokyere aba ojimini bi emere bi a yeshutu o se Ghana enye heaven. Even heaven ho kwa mi se nkofo bi Ghana fo be sneaky etu akọ heaven ho nti onje hwini o se Ghana nye heaven open like that waka kire o say don't depend on him. They stand like gods. They are in a gap interceding for the people who are weak. And then Papa Soga, and on our canon, Waboso, the military, their job, this is an internal palaba. Ya wa palaba wa Ghana. And then na or say the military is no na umbeti me ayo majuma. Papa, has they not also been corrupted? What is the way forward? And I say, yapem. I'm looking at it as they are also compromised. It's a question.
Yeah, sure. Mitchell said that is what is happening. Because I'm paying for now. Oh, yeah, I could for Bason. The first thing I hear is that, or make or shall I say, Crofwa, or do or more to a buying edge my yes, when I throw for name and Russia for near in Prince for the other two or one in an iron and Crawford. And because Osha, a military generals, no commanders, no one woman in iron and Crawford. A judiciary, a Supreme Court, women in Iron and Crawford. Oman making sure that a parliament also, MPP foreign source regional Chinchina, making sure that woman a majority. Yeah, Osha and Ramuka according to Constitution Quran. Sa MP Bakuno no ye independent. Nanka. And you who quite send coordinating who cry a bo MPP for. Nancy one will say and now corruption a proyentino. One more action I can one more I just said you see I know one more from one say majority. And no change for dancing. The other opposition and can so one more timid now. Yeah, one more check it and making sure say a banya or tisno or boo emraso or odi emraso a yen ya say or ye a yen ya a mouthful. Atu abama wanso omeyen na so wo mo nye ana wo mo edi wo mo ho akoka MPP for no ho a wo mo edi aproye ya se sia no see a case opposition kura there is no opposition in the parliament. Opposition be in the parliament. Because wo mo nyina no wo sia no they are doing the same thing.
That's right.
I shishaya edda wo mo ntem say wo ba ye be see bibia ebo onya wo de na yesu anya yede we ba see bibia ebo enti no sa amambu asesi a edda Ghana enye amambu katasoshe aproye ani chemi ni bi eno nkoa na sisi a ekoso wo Ghana enti the constitution is not working wo mo fa constitution no enye adwuma na de ha gyen kra ni say won say oman bia akwanimu by Nkola Womo school, by the time I went to secondary school, they understand the constitution. Because every citizen of the country must know what the constitution says and what rights they have according to the constitution as citizens of the country. And he said, "Oh, yeah, oman ba." I said, "Emra." Yede ebu oman ese unimu bi because amambu no enyem panyifo a yato abama wo nkwa de bu man yo ye nyina ese ebu man so ubu man a ene wo so ubaya wa famode so ubu man a won tonsu ennom entoroba ne ntwene kwan so ubu man a won koto abafon emma nipa proye emedi oman so won de anche entino ese ye etimi eche sukufo from right from the get-go from primary school, so teacher constitution at the basic level, primary school level, they understand the basic rights. GSS level, constitutional government, SSS. You know, now you go deeper and deeper and deeper. Then by the time we SS, now you are fully educated in the constitution. And you look at Tuaba, you know what you are voting for.
That's right.
And now as a brofo senya womo ashisha womo ade ama yen man ntino. Ama say yen che constitution e wo school. Just a Uko University and now was 6th form. And a secondary school first kwani e government. The government no krano yen che constitution no too much. Just governance kakrebi and it be a civics, a civil obligation kakrebi.
That's right.
The constitution is not dealt with. But say your system educational system no, so that right go from the primary school no, primary schools primary school kola won be sha say your church constitution no, who are you as a citizen? What rights do you have as a citizen? What obligations do you have as a citizen? Then we must start to teach the little one. So by the time when we as SSS, he's fully aware of his obligations as a citizen.
That's right.
Yes, from the beginning, you find so far it wasn't there as such. But at least we learn a little bit from civics and government. But if we have this, then we train and educate our children with their constitution rights. Sabi in previous manusis minaso. Nkan kwasha sama ekoso Ghana inano nka nyade bebaso. Because we have educated and oriented the children, our citizens, our young citizens, towards right citizenship because of constitutional understanding. So, and inti the SSCI say constitution I said yes system na yetumi esha say church for school. Na said me kan kai say the constitution enya adwuma e omo to atwenchen. Yeah, they say see an obia ye wopet. That's right. Our parliament kurano they are not following the constitution in parliament.
Exactly. But
what must happen is that something has to happen. Arab Spring must have this year. It won't be Arab Spring. It has to be Ghana Spring. And Ghana Spring has to happen. Yeah, Ghana Spring has to happen. Demonstration is not enough. It is a
action.
Demonstration. There's always a demonstration. And you go and talk. Wrong. Usha say can be say Ubo Nehemiah di. Now it's very interesting say Nanu Yana house reading the book of Nehemiah. Now Brad Nehemiah or what a Persia now or yet attendant to the king of Persia when they were under in exile. Now Nehemiah no born home or itina or him no penasa.
That's right.
Enti edrumrebia or him no here Nehemiah amana ye bibinti Nehemiah ba no or Nehemiah who said bibi hano.
That's right.
Nani wante. No Nehemiah, what's wrong with you? I don't know. When you remember say me who say I said we were hobisa. No I say me mind Israel abo enkrofo no womoti aproyim na ese itumi esi aban foforo na yebo oman no ban enti ohene no so nyame kan na koma no se saabia okay anye then na opese me yema no senka obetumi anka mame kwan mame ba busuni nsia na menko nkɔhwɛ sɛ ya betumi ayɛ na ya to no mai na asanya ba no yin so waka mate na dia wo hie bia no ma menhu na memfa ma na kɔkɔto no mai ɛwɔ wo man Israel ana o man Nehemiah kwan Nehemiah ba Nehemiah ɛhyɛ ase a ɔtoto no mai na na ono nkasa ne manfo nkaya wo mu ewo enkronkro a etwa Jerusalem ehia na wo mu ene other governments no corruptive attempt so wo mu be say Jerusalem bio because it's here no obi ani Jerusalem a obu my papa o my na pro you know Nehemiah enso ye ne say yema asrafo eyo omojuma enti o training crofo ma obi a no oyo strafo penyi ostre ohene no ewo Persia so on ma say nipa kono emra no meboa no ana nipa kono bai ya o mo training ekrom hofo as asrafo ya wo mo ayuan oman no ya eno na boa ma Nehemiah otumi esi aban ya wode aban ehye ohine nsa ansa na osa nechi akopesha enti interesting so you mentioned that Sadia no has to happen in Ghana wahu see a origina na yema asrafo wo mo ye wo mo adwuma sadia say because you twa wo mo ka wo mo te Ghana no what are they doing omo protect o man
omo kurekura judge for potomantos ni ebi kurampo edi omo di empanafo ekire with shopping cart na omo ye we dey waka asemu a waka wo dey akọ Nehemiah let me read yen sister baako ne comment bi a oya this time in age giving laptops to teachers is still being broadcasted as if the government is doing teachers a favor. Yes, Ghana ebesisa, and the people who are even receiving the laptops, you know, they will kiss the feet of the king, who is going to later chop their heads. My sister Sheila, the same people, no, they don't know their constitutional rights. Hanomo me say me say me we no me adwuma kakra na mabe ye we unim laptops me wa laptop from adwuma laptops here for you to effectively do the job. It is not a favor. In fact, it is a patriotic way government no sukuro sisuno. They are also doing their part beside working. They advocated ma a brosumpo. Sometimes me and me free Africa iti modern kakra wa me hono me say mo jijin krofo isu problem po say obi mami ni ye laptop na mankola no so nsa ka bi. My sister Sheila Oba, if you had a child during the pandemic, you know, a big laptop in the school ho back. Do you know the laptop I received this week? Yes, started a Juma this week, you know. many bebre em se nkola ne tena so obi kura ho a onhwe ne enye ne die nti kro nhwe obi enye o matamu but esan se Ghana for ni mo right wa woni Nehemiah asem okay let me show you Ghana when we find Nehemiah Tobias sesefo ni turbulence fo na Arab fo na omotete nche omo ni omotutu kwan omo wa kwantu omo no obi biara wo akwantu omo a wa fi Ghana watutu wo nan na wonna anajo for visa na wo pre eda won saka visa no me say wait when you na yese chimpanzee na bi beka ho ebe ye fefefe because wo system no say scientifically and biologically say when you there's a chemical beer it drops into your system a mouth fresh blood you g visa no and as a wafa no kura de nkara ne baaye obi wo sori anopa na ni gi na ni da so se ni uncle bi e wa brochi ni uncle na di ato ni tim se meba be fa waba wo ba be fa waba Ghana enye intina na wo hu pre wo sa no na wonna a wokoton wo dan ene wa bedu abrochi munne weifo na read Nehemiah all the way down na hwe ebra mo bra Nehemiah breye na nka obu nsam ohini o Kevin Telate US only business in Ghana just like Dr. Sogani business means so many business ni amenye di wa ha no esne okromfo bia oti parliament no de ne to kwaji golf ti say asokore DC you know odi ne to kwaji golf ma be bia empenfo ni bi dinu batabasa rough just to maintain positions na obi nsu but do nothing they are sitting there they are doing nothing despite of the way a krom hofo no complaints in na ekufo ado say onti obia me nti obia so nti obia wona mo bre ititina Ghana ho na se ye kan Canada Agyapong asem a na hwe wo de hwe Nehemiah bi oti abrochi ya watch this video kakara mo hwe Nehemiah bi oti abrochi ya na me say mo pam ho asem Ghana for you have to give way for chance emre aba inframa bi bobe o Ghana wusu bempa no in the coast ni adoye mu ni chimpanzee abronya wo se debe no me say inframa bi e ba Ghana no wo best swipe pumunyi nara one by one. Listen to this one, Kevin Taylor Expo of Canada Agyapong. I love it. My goodness.
So Ghana, it's very, very important because people like this we can't trust. Lying about a congressman. There is a court asemu krum ha oba. So per court. Match any bibi. We can't throw to American congressman so. This is what the congressman released to me. To show to Ghanaians. The contact there, I'll show you the email to also call the numbers and ask from the office of Congressman John Hanks. Now look at this. You see this email? This is from the office of Congressman John Hanks to me. And his chief of staff is called Richard Andrew Fallon. Time I'm a call commercial break and I was talking to him on phone. He's actually a friend. People don't know. I have a lot of friends who are in Congress and Senate. I have a lot of friends. So he's been a friend for a long time. This is what he wrote to me. Hey, Kevin, Andy Fallon here with Rep Johnson. When he was sending me the email this morning, he was with Rep John Hanks, in the office. And this is what he wrote. I believe we worked together when the congressman sent the original letter back in early 2019. I just spoke with the congressman. He did meet and speak with Mr. Agyapong in 2019 during a trip to Ghana later that year. But in no way did the congressman apologize or rescind his support for journalists. I requested access to the video link below to see what Mr. Agyapong said or is saying, but I am not received.
Therefore, let me just explain to you. This is where Canada Agyapong on Net 2 TV. Echan Turo said, Congressman, Owo Worcester, Massachusetts, Kurokitu be and Kurase for Haman visa, no, a call your most in Kurase for people to move for 1 week, 4 months, Kurano Bomefi. eno eho bebre Ghana for mpanyfo ho a ebi eye dwuma papa na so nkurase for most of them omo a me mu beginning say ote ebie bia omo ne ye the same eno ne ye fra ne kurasi ni nti ade foforo bi e ba e ya na sheki omo e yo omo wanwa se me a mete ha me ye kuroboni ye pepeni kan me country and I am a proud Ghanaian on TSS me nana kan omo kuma Ghana fo no with whatever small way effort omo ye me kan na Ghana ye fe me represent Ghana e wa outside and I me represent Ghana e wa inside yes South Asia from Ebusia Sule na me free and I'm free Jaloko Krom from Kroboduma say what can you do about that? So people who grew up in a certain area want to find that omo de omo nsabenkum na ekire ba bi omo visited that onua bi fref show yi so da bi o de meyi Kevin de no Kennedy Agyapong say congressman pa ne chew and then you will face Ghana some muslim per month me reading na say you will face the truth and then Nehemiah bi owa abrochi Oka said, until said gates of Judah, it has been broken. You think some of us will sleep like you, like a damn way. More generally, mobedi dokunu bi ambenyo pen bi amfa ko leke your mo access. That's not what we are here for. We stand for the truth. And no na ma wu se we nipa, and no na ma utumi na we de kasa. And netie. So what you say? And people like that, eti memu omu bu mind wa Ghana. How disgraceful! This is a disgrace for Ghana. Look at a congressman, and then Nehemiah, a Krumo says, say, a copper mayors in each other, say a copper soldier child to say the Dr. Sugar Kana. Near say, ya pet militant, na ya casting and bushing for Omume boy in Ghana, and ya the Ghana and the Chebu. Says, say, the Chebu, one up from the boy and the Chebu. Listen to Kevin Taylor with these facts. Moka say yes rompen vo kroma you think say a kromo ha congress people MPs and lawmakers they dine with us omo ye nipa omo ya ho brasiefo omo ma serve military leader omo ma paper poll mu omo serve libraries at the early on said the Dr. Soga or church as a child they've been exposed to their constitutional rights and to all body in ano on fam so yes keniba Kennedy Agyapong ba he found community ben school be mo na wako akọ volunteer wo Canada impenfo a ekofo adonani mu no wa paper famo da ono ne fie kro won prada ni won serve that you can never serve Ghana mami ka asem nchire so listen to Kennedy my way Kevin Taylor you think say af ye been ye ne nkola na edidi ana ye congressmen our MPs our government they help because they understand the duties they understand omo nyankola omo bodompem omo nunkoko we don't there are people the citizens do not speak for them they can speak for themselves they are challenged every morning every day in their life the citizen challenges them to the core omo ye adwuma no kura na ye ka se wonyan wie ye be hwe laptops a ye bia mankwa ye ka teachers for Ghana for they don't want to talk open bi am person obekasa let's listen to Kevin Taylor exposing what Kennedy Agyapong worker Ghana for being so daft about. Let's listen.
I have not received that yet. I was supposed to send what Kennedy said yesterday to him, and I sent it. He wanted to say this. Let me know if you need an official statement or simply a tweet from his official account to set the record straight. Mr. Agyapong is lying. Thanks, AP. That's how we call him. He said, Mr. Agyapong is lying. And his name is there. Momunim Bibi Kennedy. I am going to show you, this is the email from his chief of staff. Now, I am going to show you a release, an official statement from him to the world about what Kennedy Agyapong did. So this is the first one. And this is a conversation between myself and the chief of staff of Congressman John Hanks. Mr. Kennedy and Nipabonini, you people should not believe such a criminal. He wants to saw the name of this congressman, but we will treat him here. Yabet Shen Ukrum has said he cannot come and saw the image of a congressman in America. Met Shen say, Okasa on Jinahum. Now, the congressman has released an official statement today. And he says, Kevin, take this out and show to the world. Now, this is the official statement. The caption or the emails we exchanged, that was the caption. Disparaging statement from Ghanaian politician against Rep. Johnson and journalists. Please read. Now, this is the statement from him. Officially, the world should know. U.S.
For Mamika Semitro to Ghana for big dear, one will say magic in a creating. This is from a congressman. Canada Agyapong to Ghana na ebimu omu nsuya dear omu enyum ade kind. This is a congressman. You see, when you Ghana politicians, so please, you are doing free in Poroye. So you are doing free in Poroye. So this is a statement from people who are disciplined, army officers who later becomes leaders of a community, something I see of a political members, blameless. We congressman we ma uncle Paul Bawa Bontini and Shelly Ebesi. Niebesi wo America memo or no watch letter into Canada Agyapong. I am loving this to the T because some of us won't. Yeah, no papa. Share a do a no correct. Let me read yes or say, your brother shall say you can't give what you don't have. Exactly. Or say Chromebook. Okay, yes, girl, sir. Chromebooks is what my boys have been using for the past 3 years. Na school anyway. What my auntie Kevin Taylor on kind letter name chreyen.
Congressman Hank Johnson, GA04, Georgia. That's where he is from. Issued the following statement to journalist Kevin Taylor denouncing Ghanaian members of Parliament Canada Agyapong's assertion on Ghanaian TV Net 2 on September 1 that he apologized to him for an inquiry he made to the State Department in 2019 calling for an investigation into the murder of Ghanaian journalists who helped expose corruption in the Ghana Football Association and Mr. Agyapong's possible implication in that sordid affair. He went on to say this, and I quote, Mr. Agyapong assertion that I apologize. This is the statement from the congressman. And he's saying this, Mr. Agyapong's assertion that I apologize to him in any way or told him what a great job he was doing is a lie. These statements are emphatic statements. This is coming from the congressman. And then the two will say, statement. Then he went on to say this. Mr. Agyapong's assertion that I apologize to him in any way or told him what a great job he was doing is a lie, said Rep. Johnson. And I quote, not only do I stand by my original letter to the State Department in 2019 about the murder of heroic journalist Ahmed Hussein Swale, who exposed corruption at the highest levels of Ghanaian football, and Mr. Agyapong's possible complicity in that crime, but I thank the good member of parliament to renewing my interests. So what could yes. Then he went on to say this.
And therefore, you see, Ghana won. Maybe we think say or my boy bu maya ya guru bi ne yedi. Said the yam papa sugaka Nehemiah eko nachi na oko na no ko hu say enkrofo bi mutu wa omodi we mefa ne say ye di omuso ache omunim na empenfo no so omoto wa omompese se yesiesie wo na employer ne niama omoye no muntimi nya biom no omo hyase said ye Ghana etie no Nehemiah sanko nachi one yesi you think set Bible not just say a storybook just say there's nothing under this sun yesi tete no edaso si ne den na yetiti enchire na yakasama Ghana ena oba betie ne enti a esese wode wo jim na Ghana the constitution of Ghana enya effective yem force yem painful no omo enko down easy yem papa so gabeka now wachire mu ene ye ba betie no said ye be ya ekwan mu said ye be ya what to expect as a Ghanaian wahu ne ekoso ewo mo parliament wo obi ti se Canada Japan want tissue papa we de nyame nhira se wanya botra ma me pa na mpese ye hu se Nehemiah story no enye jese Nehemiah story a enkofu bi mu efo se ya bakosem na abrofu bi na we omo di omo story na ye wo yensom no ye wo wiase mu ha ye nyina na ye wo wiase mu ha ni esi ewo we no esi ewo epue ba bia ewia no kwa no akoda ne ho utam di na adu you can't change it papa soga what is the way yen as a Ghanaian wo hwe yen what would you like to tell them say and I say nya ope say my friends advice for what is the expectation and now yesi kwan mu ne ekoso wo Ghana yi hefa na wo hwe Ghana ni wo hwe yen sesi so about what is going on some of the initiatives that we have to take as a Ghanaian person. What would your advice be?
Yo, medase. Na sisi ano, the koso awo yeman. In fact, at the or how we bring any a prayer. They said baby a man aircon. Na then ka gan nanka eni se ka baby ye woy na nya ho na ka se that. But all so well the nyamia say o masa no no bay nyina so ebie ye ni ewo no ma bi ho ya sisi ano ye hunu say Ghana kwa no nanka yen nanka baby a memfa ne say Germany ewo no nanka Ghana kwa nanka yen ne say e was a level no nanso enam sadia na wo ka se mi fia say we are obatan anaso owofo na se wo baten bia wo di na tem wo de we jini wo de wo te say ana wo de why say ana wo de we kwajironi ana but without any personal involvement in training and coaching the child akorano I know asem na wo kan ti akorano all the time san wo bay and inti Ghana wo hwe say I know asem na tin ya manfo ka ewo na Ghana for de na Ghana for de eno na de akoba bi titi ayewo wo say asema Kevin Eken that's me na ye sha tie kan na nyane na Ghana for no so obi ede a tro ebejije ya na eje because a comedy waje tro no a wodi ko de enne but you refuse say we didn't know but for the next 4 years na akano ube den we didi na so enam enne de kakra ye de mawa ube di enti wani age ya je say wo koto aba ama obi a won ka no kre hwe say Canada Japan wo be TV so ya wo dwen say Ghana for ye Jimmy for ye nkwasiafo etina odi atro na abe dey bi say US congressman kra abe pamichaw so enti o hwe Ghana for Ghana yimpen for na ya womo eti abanso sesi ano womo hwe say Ghana for no ye Jimmy womo mina na ka say ni say ye nyi nkola no say obisa wa say na witwa atro a na o say okay asema wo kan wo dey jaka na wo di matem na me mi bisa say ma grandma me ndi watem wo bisa ma say na me just let me show say wo ma twima suntina me twa to kakra say atro na we twa na di atem because wo pa che say me Jimmy enti wo di wasama enya no kura no ebeda da me ma gie enti wo di matem je no eno ho nti na me ba be twa so that's right anya di awaye no na atro na we twa no eno na me de twa so enti yempanyifo na omotizo omufese yenga na foni yejimi enti no asem bia omodwen sa ometimi aka ade ajeje ya no ano no omoka ena ma sisi agana abiaye ko eni enti ebeye den ena yetumi aso aba be den yetumi asesa enoma ewo Ghana And I know me, I can say, me say, one more, Sa Ban Penny for Nana, or more can say, fix yourself. And no crown one more can. Yeah, you say, fix the country, but I fix the country now, you can. To me be any. Because all culture will be said, fix something. You be or Braconi Pacon or Nimshi yet. It is how do you ask an incompetent person to fix something they don't know how to fix?
Exactly.
Into your honor, I am mistake number one. But the correct point to me say, I some and pay you for can say fix yourself. Now it's ironic. And it's saying, yes, we have to fix ourselves so that we learn sense not to vote for these corrupt people tomorrow.
Exactly.
That is number one. Number two, no, and he said, as I say, you who said, on my no, it is, we are a part of it. And we have to start to boycott certain things that these corrupt leaders are asking us to do. Boycott it. And I am in the past. MPB or the constituency or day and morning one a question chairman a mabu youth no so you know say yempa woman yempa will be a woman the fako yeah here no any ejuma my ejuma nye bibi man ye yentimi nye na yentin ka say yeso ye bibi and yet woman na wo dey try and yempa sister woman the fako. That is empowerment.
That's right.
That is something that is showing me. Say, you see a Ghana for you, then you know, a Bieba.
Yes.
And on the church, you see a Ghana, you see a 2 years, you didn't who say, Yankasa, you're so original, may to me, the father said, or mindful, or my man. And he said, American, a strap for and so much say a year or more, because who military, you take an oath, who can't say, who barber some of mine, one can't say, who barber some president, and now barber some MP, and now barber some chief of staff, and now barber some general, and now barber some chief justice. What can time say, who barber some of mine? And you know, so mine as a year, a strap, until a strap for you are there to defend the country.
That's right.
And if the country is being plundered, the country is being oppressed, the country is being suppressed with corruption, it's time for the military to stand up and do their job. I'm not talking about coup d'etat. They say they need to stand and do their job as the military to defend the country, to take the country back from the hands of these corrupt people.
Yes.
And only idea I say we're here. But what we say, no matter and yet a military penny the junior officers, they know exactly what to do. Because in Penifona, women are corrupt. Yes. They know what is going on. And so no one more bread. They know. So they have to stand up and fight for Ghana. And you know, that is the only way to go right now. Near constitution, no, we should change constitution there. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's not going to work. I always said they swore their allegiance to NPPs and their NDC is not Ghana. Actually, no, it is to Ghana that they swore their allegiance. But they turned that allegiance to serving this corrupt MPs and the government officials. Yeah. They have to turn their allegiance back to the country Ghana, because we call them Ghana Armed Forces. We don't call them MPP Armed Forces or Behaviour 2 Armed Forces or Akufo-Addo Armed Forces. Yes. They are Ghana Armed Forces.
Yes.
And need to know they need to arm themselves and defend the country from this treachery and this corruption. Because Ghana for Yama Obonsam Afakro. What do you hear? Say. Abonsam Ayano. I know one echoes to Ghana say the Satan, the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And look at what is happening. This is what Akufo-Addo and his hooligans are doing. They are stealing, they are killing, and destroying the country.
Yes.
And it's very clear. Now, near Bible, I can say, religion is what is killing Ghana. It's not religion. What is going on near Emma Ghana is anti-religion, anti-religious behavior. Ano ana ekum Ghana. Because ye bofo ye nyankopon wa bo obo yen. Obo yen ana wo sande emra ato ya braba won se. So wo bi sa emra yi so a ene wa braba be si wiye, ene wo mind be si wiye. Wahu. Na si ye hwe se o kan Psalm 45 or say the country that keeps faith is the country that prospers. Wow. And you know, I say yetimi edi emra so. I see yetimi di nyankopon mra so nyankopon wo boy na emra odi abata ya braba ho no. I see edi so. Ye edi so a enoma be see ye. Enti from Nehemiah example no, as I said asrafo no wo mo sorry ejina na wo mo ye wo mo adwuma. Said yes. Arab Springs na ye kan. Say amanfo so gina ho na military no eta o mo achi eye o mo adwuma epam wa ban ni fie so ya o mo sa ye nhihye foforo aban foforo aba eninti no ta kwen na say ye fa so as I say asrafo Ghana asrafo wo mo so gina na wo mo ko etia aproya ekos no mo giga na man ama Ghana amanfo ye nye nhihye foforo na ye nto aba na constitution ne de say your constitution for cry. I must say, we are my penia, who to me, sir, who to me a fair plane. Say, may crochet football, not a man for any 2 years I can. Who fair plane say, may call be birthday, not Ghana mine, a man for any 2 years I can. Not and some phone question, some son, very, and muscle. And this, say, your pens in Saya, and society dear. You see a far constitution choir Emma so because constitution or more attraction or more fine judgment.
Yes.
It says you see no one more say yes original near this society ban and then Ghana Asrafo Ghana Armed Forces. Now opinion be a friend Dr. Ren on also or what platform say ya on also can. Masemba kwa mpesa mekano obi a wotia or what Dr. Ren sunzu. On can't say me panichawara, nidiemu, me panichaw bebre. On can anuntum our military, so what tis a beer, military for one more yen she be an assist. One can anuntum, more Mijinaho and farmers, and a Ghana forces, one more yebibu, and one more yes, sabi, Jimmy Sam. One can anuntum, because the Oka can sana, man pay you for no one more tear, one more said. Ebia so amuso wamo ye de so me nti on kana no ntum nti na ansabisa odi atumanim no ne tintim an ani
target Dr. Ren mame na ye ka no ye say obi nso be kan na no o say galamsey wo we tax we armed force and I said the tax force no say wo kwakwa attack e kura we asa water bank wa be gina TV so say ye ba na o ma mo wan say omunwane ana say o ka cho so munyina ho enti Dr. Ren we dey wan kasa e call ho they entrusted that information to you say keep it. You see we need to Ghana for ankasa ye hu prayer kwa na make us say ye hu bibi da Ghana for hu bibi da. You see when I started working for a certain company I mean who said eniama o be discover no eniama akromo ha ewo ho ankrofo sometimes say unye discipline una mana dida wano so what you say it you need to be very disciplined. Now if you papa so di nyame nchira if you look at a few good men with this guy this actor a few good men whoever no not Don DeMello no this is American very way Tom oh yeah niawane Jennifer way ewari yeah Tom Den oh very with
Ben Affleck
no oni way na act here oh it's a military movie A Few Good Men.
Okay.
The movie was done to expose the corruption within the US Army Force. How the commanders, you know, only this guy Anthony Wayne, Anthony commander na on my bad way instruction Emma, a soldier, died. And this one said they have their own military court. A Few Good Man was a movie. If I type for right now. So when you're talking about the military way now, Abrafo, you see, they look for every means to export. And I said to seal a hole. Baby a tokuro will be especially when it has to do with Aban. Ghana for Muma Yema Yahu Kwine. Now maybe say, Dr. Soga, what do you think our culture has, and I said, what is the effect of the culture? Ewo young constitution, because it looks like we are not running government. We are running a kuo, shabro chimemo, yewo kuo we, bantemafo kuo. Within the Ashanti group, yewo Ashton folkro, yewo tuntumfo, yewo ahimfofo, baby a Ghana fo bedu biano. Esan say ye need priority. Shabrofo communities imuno. Omo wo nkonko mefa ne say alcohol weifo group bia empowerment group
Alcoholic Anonymous,
an anonymous group obu ho a o say as a advocate for we yewo enkrofo a omo yewo teachers for parents a omo advocate for rent omo a omo nti omo dan ka abani person or two omo and said the court they are fighting the laws. They have group of lawyers they meet for the betterment of the country, a community this, community rally, community that. Ghana for the only ye wo kuo bantima foko ye wo tuntum foko onim ne omoye. It is a group of association omushia to discuss funerals. Sika say look at their laws omo. Unya funeral as I say ekuo no ebre 2,000 and I said 3,000. Bebre no ti no mo join ko bi wo ho a oba besia owo nkuokuo be ye fom edu Saturday a okọ elie ba bi elie 2 1 week no eso koma we 40 koma we 50 or koma we ye ho charity we a internal charity seeking we be and a year ni nyamanyama ni yeye nso ye madedagel yemfa a group of parents or mobile advocating for those enkola omanya mental health way problems. There are no groups that addresses those issues. Ewo Ghana, ewo Canada, and I say US. Your groups are but away now what you do this weekend you oma jisika omo kwakọ no munsa akoto anam no machi no mashibi any abonten any you see fine girls you see way for kotoka for girls you were assembly way for even grandpa. There are so many groups for nothing, groups for a year birthday and adoring by yema egujeo yema wo mental health issues school mu yema efeli ufre Spanish ni ba pa mami a oba neighbor ka ho auntie ka ho a friend ka ho cousin ka ho ufre Somalia ni we ka ho kese bebre no ma be go office ho eno ti sisi enim ufre we Indian ni obehwe na we omo nananom na be fa nkola no they are community omo pulu behwe neighbor we o hye ne ntuma be ma o hye ntuma skirt na nkola oba be fa ho school nkola bia be 7. This is community. Young culture no, what do you think, what is the barrier within the culture and until a mind to me woman ye name the difference between social gathering versus or mine ama MPP aye social court. You see it is how the parliament house na koye house of the wicked. Mena meka house of the wicked. Say we join MPP say ye kokọ swan. Aye, because you walk kufuo no more side, and you walk away a kufuado. Say Baumia versus wine Allen Cheremanting. This is how the future is looking. Baumia inciting his own people, corrupting people. How to change so whom you see ye MP no the driver could have sick kind be a job with him say gang. Why are we turning ourselves against ourselves, Papa? What do you think the constitution? What is the link between your constitution and the course your mamre and the Niaman the way and Yaman Ghana? Do you think anything needs to give way? What do you think, Dr. Soga? Young culture versus the constitution of Ghana.
So, constitution is not working. Obroni constitution by and large.
Okay.
Now, all Japan, one more traditional constitution. That's what they follow.
Okay.
They follow the way of their ancestors, and then one more American. Then they are developing it to match along with the world because they can't isolate themselves.
That's right.
When we mean chomo in period, no, almost the course will be as here. Na almost emra eda womo on my say omutumi eyen sesan kakra wom se de be ya abema won kwan se won so womo be di djuma e wo wiase. But osha by and large no omo de womo nanano emra ana ejuma. No, o nanano amanie ye anom ne ejuma. Eti kra enne kra no womo emra ewo womo mamu se we are Christiania, we bet me asom, but we knew who quite said, we will call capture Japanese said, Jai a wosoma no, never besum me minyankupon. You can't do that in Japan. But they allow for Christians to worship. Now, Senipanan Kasa, Eshanas also, oh, the percent, Nikoyo Christiania, they can do that. But Christians are not allowed to go and proselytize. If you say, one more say, Pio, one more say, and ne Christianity na bano, a obroni mentality.
Okay.
And you know, they don't want that. They don't want to corrupt their culture with European mentality. And correct. And into Ghana no, yanya som na nyame samfon because yede obroni ekwan ana yede som yame ana yenya Europeans yenya brofo na se wo wankasa wo amania yede awo ekro mu ba wo munananon kwan a wo mo faso edibu man na wo de bo mo bra na obroni fini krom abeka kire se wo kwan na wo nan so a wo de bo brand enye amania fon twetwene na family na ya jetu ya fa obroni akwan akoye se ensio ane enwo wo ntimi hwe enwo ensio mo emmixe emane nye pedda tebia no enwo no eda ensio no so na enwo da ensio so a wo de bibia enye wo no ajolo for us kura na so wo hwe enwogu ensio na ehuru kura na ehura na ejua still na enwo no still abetari enti dia ha ya me se obroni amanye na ya fa ene yedi bu ya man ene na kuyi sada makan uko Japan ya womo nyuso obroni amanye mfamu wo man
okay
uko Germany ya womo nyuso English for amanye mfamu wo man uko South Korea womo nyuso America for amanye mfamu wo man right South Korea very 4 or 5 years ago womo president womo chinatu adian waye president nankasa de wonye bani bia o ba womo say wama na danfo now say na down sa oba no oye president na danfo nitu or the president ni di akoje contractor oh yeah onye ho emfaso chichema na busuafo eninti no na president no amana ho kwam so president no na sign krata amana and I say I'm on a recommendation for their our contract. And now an instant, they say a project. Your chief president, that president, says here, it's now 4 years.
Yes. Yes.
That
So,
because
Let me say, or you so influence the power or the power na why abuse no while letting the country down.
So, yeah, just said, or no influence over as president. Now, what they are signed recommendation letter, Haman and Danfono, Ediania contract, the Unity, Achinatu. Way and yet European, money or 1 money acquisition. It is dishonor to do that. So, Anna, Osa Faso Japan. That's a way a minister. Now, we are the a prior health minister organ and no Abano cry and can't say, whoa, I dear way, and yet it's you audio. If a chronaca or quack sign and work because all the enemy was here, I break the Bussian.
That's right. That's
right. The amateur. And they govern their country based on their culture.
That's right.
My young Ghana, the colonial mentality, and they go and corruption because it is not authentic. You can't say authentic. Bonica say authentic. Me am a professor, so me can brofo. You can't say authentic. And yet true. So we will be a Ghana mind to true. And you will bow brow with the Ghana, yeah, mind, a man ye boy a brand, and you see you mind. Now, Bruni Kwana, ye able man, and yet acquainted true and my.
That's right.
It's not authentic.
And yet,
on your authentic, nothing authentic comes out of it.
Out of it, yes.
So, I say, idea would be and then a song.
That's right.
So would a man your phone at the boomaya or man a bear or my phone? And only a queen. As a constitution, yes, son, and I said, a marashana, a libu man. I see a sister in Nana, a Ghana. Yeah, man, any book, your faso, Eddie Booman.
Yes.
Ghana, a Melbourne. First, ye ban. Ukosko, wish I was still to quite a dear kama.
Yes.
What so?
Tom Cruise.
But the other swan, I saw a dear kama. No, so who fear, what I dear wish you fear. The Sumawa, now would fear, would you boo and a who shall pay be a watchian. Now, person, because of a even now ye be a, besides said, over panning wine, and I feel him no fear. They said, would you any was here and papa? They brought papa and I said, and I said, we feel. Ain't you think the ano, he besides said, over panning wine, if you didn't know fear.
That's right.
So, just a anti-2 it's a way in ya. They just say, if you know film, anti-2 ain't now, and that's I didn't because you're a brofusban.
That's right.
And I am member now, so yeah, when we share trousers, near tree trousers, not the tree at Trosso, yeah, say, and on a fashion, Abaswa. If you share in some point at that radio, so yes, you'll be the Shakawali as a one, Resadia, OC Google animals, and on a Ghana, so Ghana for your force, Shakawali or a musician, or you say, oh, son of my fooling in and yeah, Ghana, Yamame, we don't do that.
Yes.
And yeah, culture, no. So, but that is what we are copying to influence our young people.
That's
to
right.
think, say, I don't know any beer. And until the tier one said, Ghana, as I said, yes, sign kofa, a man, sign kofa, I asked him to true, they say, your was a friend, Marano.
Okay.
Sign kofa, I see a sign near kofa, young amania, ya kwaya yana naunum, and their bow mobra, one more deal momoja, and their con, agye ɔman na to hɔ ma yɛn nkae sɛ yɛtumi di ho fa so ma ɔman yɛ a nanso yɛde apɔyɛ ɛna yɛde bu ɔman a ɔman no asɛe ɛno nti no ɛsɛ yɛsan ne yɛkɔfa yɛmanneɛ na yɛde saa amanneɛ no ɛkyekyere yɛman na yɛde ɛto yɛmmra a ɛbɛboa yɛn a yɛbɛtumi afa ɛkwan pa so ɛde abu yɛman hwɛ China for woman use European politics. Also, America for the Euro for Timbiano, near Kentia China, and China for a communist, and a China for the say, woman democracy, and I say, China for a fee, and then China for a woman a rule, we are saying, a woman AD, we are seeing now. They say Europe crowd almost with China. So, because woman fat abroad for some annual woman. They say, Woko China, as we see Chinese, who per se, who near Juma Papaya, as we see China Casa. Nanso Ghana, Nanso Ghana, you see a Shiambrofo. And I will be Kojinaho, fellow countrymen, yes, Nana no Cabrofo, and a form more for Nana, because she has said the same Hununqua. The Pamacho, Ghana for, as said, yes, signing a coffee. Yamane na yetimi ebu yaman awo kwan paso
yes
and said nyamesoma ye ka se nyamesom no enye ne abrofo ne ba ye enye nyamesom o enye nyamesom Nehemiah nyamesom na o ne nyameso edi ye na djuma no sa nyamesom no eno na ye yen Africa anase Ghana for abibiman yen nyamesom no ene bi no enye sa nyamesom kankan ya abrofo no omode bra ya omode etu kan ho a omode ba daadan ya eje yaman edi wi ade bokro no enya no so enti ese etumi empanyifo Ghana mpanyifo etumi esesa ya adwene na yede adwene pa ede eso yamane emu na etumi kyerɛkyerɛ sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a yɛbɛtumi abɔ yɛn bra sɛ nyankopɔn hyira yɛn nanso yɛmfa kwan pa so ɛno nti na ɛnɔɔma abɔ yɛman ɛte sɛdeɛ ɛte sɛsi a asrafoɔ no ɛso ɔmu sɛ gyina hɔ na ɔmoyɛ ɔmo adwuma
Nyame nhyira wo yes sister Sheila said but then again a lot that has also not okay so a lot of past memory no ɛno na yɛn Dr. Suga also yusu is it Korea emre dane na emre adesanye ni adechinye benyina na omu change so tetedie no nia emwa tetedie na ebi ne san emwa ye kan akola hye emra adesua eyi kire yen se akola wo nyansa nipa dasani adesua ye kire na ko ewi esuhuni na kire yen se na ye nipa no se na abrofo no twa omomoja ne utwa yesu moja no kola bi ani ena nsusuye bi ani eno ne adeche na nka ye de change the thinking corrected the thinking bia na ye thinking na ebua onua bi animutia anase emma enkoso ma no ne change so we could have kept the good part of our past we no nanka ye bi afun emra adesua anase esuehunu edoso no na ye bi fim enokura create opportunity and a venture for the young people to also come into the workforce also development force hanom nkola na efra enra na mete wa meye we mehu say some planes be air fly or so by homo ye show air show ewo na ebetwam wonte na ye dede pa mese nkola me hu wo TV so later na mpala na ye young people young kokorafo 70 years old na 60 something for no so what you asenti yen sister Sheila we were talking about amending it because teteno yes akola bi baby ameye adwuma papa Nigeria ni obeboro ne bana onti ase system na e wa hanu ni baby ofiri wanti ase say ye no be yes awo ye ni ma ye ni choice but to call way it was a corrective way for papa no it was a chance for him to learn how to discipline or for say the kurom ababe. But social workers for no way no ba interview me say papa no it is the intention in here na adwene ne say watete ne bani yie Africa ni bia o ni ba o timi ton ne dan ekoto eba say ye ton ko a obeton akoton adentira enipa hu hia yen nti ye tete ba say ye mba no oye yen paint e wodan ho ye mba ne ye flowers bi o si wo fie ni mu a o trem no sometime and time if that flower no emma edan ne ye fe nti we are proud nti flower ne carrying itself to show the beauty of that house. I put it in a metaphoric way for that social worker to understand me say nia oye ye no o teachi afenso ofosa kwala no at disrespect pain no wo school mu ho no nti me explain is actually no hwe ye de ne call anger management way actually we need to advocate and stand up for us. You see ye kasama ye ho nti kromo how ye me say but that was the truth. That was what this man was trying to teach. What akwala disrespected principality or bad discipline not to say you who say what it in be. So to ehano, the law is not to punish. The law is to correct, to teach. Omo punish papa no omo emma ediniko school omo manage omo chire no. Yet must say na yen no culturally because it is in the law. The culture is part of the law. Religion is part of the law. Belief is part of the law. They need to make room for all those things, but have provisions for all of it so we can all live. We can amend. We could have kept it. Pain no kura osron kwala. In painful what Ghana say akwala kura young boy bet me repu abrewa onsro. Ghana for young guy bet me repu na boy bia anko mama anto dem. E drone ni instructing so on any man that for 3 days. Mo Ghana ho ameti ha all the notification I'm getting Ghana is not safe. There is a killer, there is a kill, one kill in Kwana Ghana. Because I didn't try. Yen painful no omo we free omo tete yesi yen sankofa yenchi eno na yen papa soga achechire yemu no we can take na ya the ekroma red Indian way the indigenous way there are laws abano although there's a democrat there's a way constitutional way ni way omo abili omo agia tum wo Canada say akola say obi in a criminal court of law no mo court of law because they believe in they believe in bargaining. So what I say bringing peace amendment omo believe in peace omo believe in spirituality harmony in the environment. Said the Ghana ye nya asema ye de ko hu pan ye mfa court na ye de ko ye so na that is that restorative justice. What is called gradual law. Gradual law or baby no sorry ye emra ye ba be sentence no wo Canada ha because okuni kunu na on ba be sentence no sorry kasa I say na mo pe abrofo no say e na mo pe mukum mo be gi yenjapade nyina e na mo de nsa e na mo do hia e na mo strip yen of yen land. Baby na sanka yen fishermen enya nsuo enya fish ni woni aye do de late no magye afian ho na mama ye mema na ye useless ene what turn me bema into a lion na lion na tinani asimi so na me defend myself a kuna wo pese wo sande me kotu tese mo wipe out the court system. The jail was designed for a before and as ankrofo we indigenous for no oba we ne changes a emara no Emma gradual law na judge net na wodin na ogi tu enunti yan sentence maame no enti oba ha no mo a omo wo mo court akwala ya ade a ye handi akwala no to omo community no omo ankasa omo ne akwala no restorative justice akwala ni oye bone no ene ni ye no bone no the victim and also the criminal no to
the villain.
The hand. So they talk. This is their court system. So Ghana, We believe in that. They speak. And Nasha Yadi Broni Diano Yadi Boy and what Timodin Court, jail, ma ponchi, or be a comedy now, wako far ponchi at the move for 10 years. Are you like how corrupt can we be? Say a far bro for Diano, and no coming. So we mess it up. Therefore, going back to pick many, not working, but rather we make we can make use of it. I'm not really sure. Yes, Sister Shishila, you make perfect way sense. Mama Yenche, are we there? Yes.
Now, Sister Shila can say we mess it up. And yes, we mess it up. We put it aside and took somebody else's way of doing things. Now, or can Sister Shila said. Then again, there's a lot that is also not good from the past, which has also affected in so many ways. Now, so Osha, I go back to we grew up in one household, and you know, the matriarch of the house. So she raised all of us. Now, me share, me and I know said one school and drew a name and so school to class 5. But me share and now, me name dear, me nyansa, and the way or dear titi and actually a quina. And no chair me say, ye no, yabefa ubruni quino, and ye compare to yan ya quine to say yan ye dear and yet. Because who caught that one? It is very consistent with the scriptures. Yankopoma boy or say, train the child in the way the child must go. Or science will say, if you spare the rod, you spoil the child. Now, Mamika said nature about that. I'm not for people say. You can't spare the rod, spare the child. That's a far. It's not only that. Now, Ellen said, there has to be the rod in those olden days. No, the rod is a measuring stick. You used to measure something, and you need to set a standard, and everybody goes by that standard. Into the rod, no, in this aspect, in the church, you have to put down a rule as a standard, and when the child or overlaps or does not follow that rule, they have to meet punishment to them. Punishment, in one way or the other, we don't like it, we don't like it. But there here said, we have to understand that we fix it. We use tools. We have to tighten up bolts. We have to use wrench to kind of maybe adjust certain areas, and it's painful. The car, it will be screaming. It's too painful, but it's needed.
That's right.
In the same way, if you look at Olympic competitors, they have to be trained. They have to go to rigorous exercises. They have to go to rigorous discipline. Sometimes it's painful, but they have to do it because that. And olden days philosophy, Socrates, like I said, pain is a remedy to laziness. Pain is a remedy for rogueness. Because pain alerts the body, pain quickens the mind, and alerts the body to perform well. And the fact that your papa no do a womucha yatoma punishing. According to Abrofo last time, that is child abuse. Child abuse, the word abuse, something that you do often that brings detrimentation to a person. That is abuse. So if you do something that brings detriment to a person, that is abuse. But when you are correcting a child or even punishing a child in the right way, that's not an abuse. Maybe called military. In the military, no, when you do something that you are not supposed to do, the drill sergeants, what they will put you through, no, you will regret. But it keeps you alert. Say, I don't want to do this thing again because if I do it, I know the consequence.
That's right.
So punishment in some ways is good because it's deterrent. And there are a lot of things that our old ways, the old cultural ways that it is very good. But and now say yaji abrofo ensim hunu ato say woman man na paintino. We tend to compare the European way to our way, and then we think that our ways are not good. But actually, it is very good. It is better, much better than the European way. Then American, work in China, we are very disciplined.
That's right.
Me see idea kakra, me share idea kakra so China or part of a mission, cross-cultural mission exploration. Now, Addo kwa mehu our China villages no, and he said, America say in job. Say akola ya de bonia. Unu ade amoye. Ni papa no, opia bontin, no afra akola no. O se wo braha. Na kung fu akoin na onene ko. Obekwa bofan obon na o se, wo so bomi. Na me say, why is a father fighting with the child? But children me be shy no. O mama tia say, no, this exercise disciplines the mind and the training to act properly. And it is true. Discipline trains the mind. Amma, good things come out of it. And you know, the way I am of the discipline I am, it actually trains our mind to act appropriately and to behave appropriately.
Yes.
And next time I am disciplined and call our gun, you know, my sister, I am so they work and the bed then said, about which Miaka says, Chinchan, Umame, or so no Mameda, now lock Umame or them as a hostage. How do you do that? Because there's no discipline.
That's right.
And you know, we can't compare Obroni and Mafona oil and Fankayadium.
Okay.
And our friends, or a system Nankasana, our Enisuno, it is very good. Oh, just on the surface, no, it is very good. But if you dig down, it brings future consequences. Sister, or Canada, no America, even more UK. What do you say? The number of one more mental health problems. Look at it and ask me, sir, what is part of the cause of this mental health issues? Lack of discipline is number one issue. And you know, because when you train the mind has no time to lapse. When you discipline a child and it tunes their mind to being appropriate, then the mind does not lack the energy it needs to function properly.
Yes.
And neuroscience, no, it tells you all this. So there are so many things about our culture in Ghana that is very good. In fact, better than a European way now. And that's the better.
Of course. Of course. Nyamisha, wetifo, and that ye dim komobebre na. Say, Messa Kohobium, Mene Dr. Suga, Yababeka, what are some of the things as I say, ye keepu, and I say, yes, kofa, a free, yen tete, and tete yeno, na near enya womu, non sono. Esan say, yen fine judgment, ye bed and crane who near enya wom, because ye are boning in Afra. Ama ye wuni ye wom, and that will can't pay any more, you say. Wato mara enunti no punishment no krampo ye bi kra de say onipa wato emra tete no ye twetre enya brofo na de we ba me say when I was reading some of the slavery or more experiences now yes film So when I start a titire no yet to make slave for be a bear 5 just to appease a king be an ebu Jimmy. Mamika Semcha we will be bini. She what day papa who yo titiru ujina so enuntina eha America for obi before police never no the answer to it so because osro ne nana bus we saman hante no obibini ne nana saman hante no so oti ase ye tete no kunkuma ye omu kunkum ye ne hante omu enti omu wo broni a obibini a wo omu wo attitude ene wo actions hu na hwede we amekasa obroni gaza say ya obekunkura hu Mamika Semichiro, as I say, yes, Uncle Fa. Yes, Sister Sheila, I say thank you so very much. Very educated. You explain well, but I still disagree with in a way. Yes, Sister Sheila say, ye ja ebimu, ye niamana ye no bebrenye because enye ampa. Yes, Sister Sheila bebrenye no asame ye kanu. Nanka SSA yedi adisua ekuremu mo esanka na ye mpono we are more successful to learning because eniama distracting learning no ebi Ghana TV ni ho uti nwuremu ho nti nanka education was a paramount in ever ye paying for no if it was very important if it was a priority and Ghana for will be geniuses in many ways especially psychology as a psychologist especially Mefane said science languages and all those things that allows people to do researching ewura ekwaye bebrebe eda ye krio ye nim Ghana ni akola nim say aboa we ni behavior ni akokunu otesen Ghana ni akola nim o because ya won won kran Jimmy to Jimmy ye ma no mama benyini abaye mpanyi bone ena ye te ho na pro ena ebon wo ye ho no but essence yatina wachenti ene ye hunaje no we are nose blind to that Jimmy semono akola oti Ghana onim se okisie wo ho because ye won won kan na ne oti Ghana kora ye won won kan ma me brofo vernacular no ne kan one ne nketwe nti onti bebu ase ene ye gyan amamre na to ye sister Chila no na ye kan eniama ema wutimete wo ma me hwe ne ni wase ya hu no me ma we mi gina ho hwe ma onim se tolo omu nti kute because obroni aka kire omo say omunja de 6 cents no ye wo 5 cents per touch feel dem and no they don't that 6 cents in the hobby spiritual side is dead enunti ama akala etimi kania ebron ama eno menkote wonim se kra ne ye kasa kire wonim se mi ameto wo kasa kire na hye mi ametimi aprovoke ni ama bi wo so eno ne ye de akoshe bosom no nti ye beka ye beko so many doctors or have a church and the difference between the Old and the New Testament na ye fama ye mbra because bebre ye can't sankofa of course say ye can't bosom sem you know what don't feel so happy right now say we are bosom sem e bi mo say ye Old Testament no che say take for tack no mercy sankrofo no me say justice eni omakwemu omu ni justice so you see justice came for the captives for those who were oppressed yes there are people who are going to be oppressed but ninyina say bofra bonene papa ne dibu ayen ehwana Ghana for yensua de anko akire ntino ema saa dia no ya separate ena yede yeni akosi obitime de nani nko akosi Old Testament say dibu ana Nimni bi yane boni a Old Testament ni e de pa yankunu yanhye no ya kukuru no kekene because ne kra afram boni onim justice onim say oye very partial owusu bempam omunhu adefufuro bi ebiom papa wo ba bi omunhu sa na was sell soul to the devil side nko ba manka asemi kire apueye bi apie bibi pueye na sa empapa mu ne ntitimu na ye de hyan asentu nim ba bi epie ne kopie fi ho usu ujimi samu papa ka kire se ho fo ye eduro for me bo a eno na ama wa yera no because eti boin ye jimi dodo ye nsua de enko akire ba bi a ogie ni free ba ye no MPM free kumase ni oti ehon so no akopie ewo wei so menya anase wei ukọ bodegatanga ho no a ekopie wo baabi foforo enipa dasani su nyankopon nim nti ya no the truth no ya no se kokọ hwehwe se wo ye ni heni a and you need the pain like Dr. Soga kind pain and it me remind you say what be simple what say what hu yeah ti wo body no what you say ye don't be dormant yo it nyane na gina ye ma wo man be Nehemiah be Daniel one subjecting itself to table of fill of feast ohini a odi bone enne Ghanafo ma omo ne ahemfofo bone yefo nko no moti table of feast ho enso sekan da ohini no ataaso odi wi obeku and then odi wi a either say obedi bone ama no na se wo time no so a wa dispose se de ye akofo ado wey for omo dispose nkofo bi afa no mo pie ba ebi nso hyeden mo omo mene obi kuram omo ntimi nkasa omo kasa hye nkofo ano de bia or lot of MPPs they are omo kasa hye nkofo ano Dr. Soga nyankopon shira papa or see of course no nature is perfect so as we evolve we make corrective tenets but we must not throw away our cultural values and embrace people's democratic values as our value. Mamika Semicho, Dr. Sogaka, there was an example near Ekuromua. Before I was say Mama Eshe, we a panther, let's not judge people by it became a political way, debate where people were shooting people were coding other people in crime and then omo de hwehwe say we a criminal nyina etuntum for lifestyles and so no onye nipa bone me she dread in teacher say me de me no wi sa na ye de but na yes if so intellectually learning esuade esuahunu ama ye hu say enipa usu ehwe wiyem e no ma change law nti e bi ni say school mu said the bear obi anjeji obi anomo say dress code no akola timishe hoodie pa ma mishila that is one of the trick in so no me ma me ban she hoodie although the government ni say yen she me she hoodie uni me ntira the job cut away dress code has not changed so I say the descriptions of your job titles some show description of obroni yusu ma wan say sika na woje no why you want juma to show me description near me boom the brace boom and I must know them those things has not changed and until we ban on show way manins tete ho discipline ho how to dress properly yes yet we are say you are not in a island and go make law so we all have to do things that are familiar. What are some of the things that are familiar? It's how we do our things. Look proper for everybody, normal. Until kwa juma, kwa apply as a law firm. Now buy a lawyer. Wa shata ade onimade all right. Now we share we buy your tattoo sir. Na say Jewish ni Jew ni sika no so egudo opufu so befa. So please, although the law says say yen she hoodie no, train your children how to dress proper. Dress for success. South Africa for atade say yetimi di contain ye suit papa bi me ba wo graduate no ewo amba o share kente suit o ma kopam ye South Asia she nka say koto suit am no me so baby me dey fra that is my right me dey fra so that is what we mean by enye ni nyina da ho fefefe nso no you must and I am true Dr. Sogaka I am so glad I grew apart in Ghana. Maybe my friend said me most meaning because over 30 years in Intino. Usha me Ghana, but guess what? Foundation. Foundation is the key. Now Dr. Sogaka is the foundation. How you raise me Misra papa although manota chaka sa medite ano. Me become a secret in Chiro. But in from maybe boy me because of the way I entertain me. And yeah, me niwa way na me de hwa ade o. You can call me bay for ye gina ye bay ye ni ye gina ye obi. Eno nti na me ni bay me ye bay anka me nte ha me kasa. Onso wo bay ye obi a obi. Ehihye ye mbotom. Baby ese we yi bi ye adwuma no, na we yi bi ye adwuma. Eno ane se ye de pe adwuma, ye de koya ye de na enwu. Ma me nkan kire o. Because of the way I entertain me. Se me hu opanyin a me nim se yo panyin. Eno nti me nim opanyin na sede meaning what he or she is supposed to do. Onya me wo tu me do wo me mo ametime de kasa. E no ne tetentete no e kurasen tete no so hum na me ni ye tete ye yensre impanfo na ganafo o me hu obodam ni aya me mevesi maka hu akobo se na yesre ne da na yesa you know all those things no and then impanfo ni gana ye kasa kire nkola. And na yesre apachirefo ye tutu din ye the way ye the many vida because ya kasa kire me about okra e de onipemu ya papa so ganyankopon hira na me onko so ma onyansa onyam nyansa te say nyansa eni ewie ye because the sky is the limit adwene we baby edu no you will be shocked but Ghana ya limit ye sa niama no yes they abolish it. Na yankasa ye de yemra edit emra yetimi ni nia bone na obi ya ma yemfa bone na obi a wakɔwi a ɔknam ewi aponchi de ne kɔtum e wo mreko a obroni no o ma kire white collar thieves stealing white collar crimes just a difference wo obi inside jail ho nyankopon hira mo papa so ga mpacho wo last one na yemfa nko
yo that's it. Na I am in conscious the Bresai. Empenyufo ka we say. Ensio sa wahinemu a na ema ho kwan say yehohoro ahina ni nyina na emoti ansa na esa de ensio foforo agu. Edisadi agana enoma ayabasa say ensio no asa see a whole minum. See a whole ahinano. Naedi in super a good. Na in sooner sena I feel as see a non gonna for enum a habit. Until I said, you share sense you near who are in any super. Na sister said, I know the can air. I said, and normally, why you see democracy in your can constitution as man. I said, democracy. And no year, Obroni, Elquania, or no white teachers or the Ebonima. Now, Sabio, and that you say tolerance. Yeah, tolerance, democracy, into civil rights. And I mean, minimum say human rights. Human rights. And so, and then you say civil rights. That is a civil rights no crown. Yeah, man, human rights no crown. Yajima. So, say, come at the nipa at the law of Quansu of Commodore. Now, so your crusade will be per se or Susan the Bear, my Adicoya or Badi. And only young comma. Now, basic human rights now, he hears that if I could come in no, Yamano, a Bianidi, Yaman baby that, or Yaria to me, and I saw to me acquire Sabian, and no, here, civil rights, no, it's meaning, no, I say democracy. But you ought to say, the democracy, no, and no matter you, but me brainano and some phone quan. 80, I say, some moving in internet, Asia for Japan and China for near you. One more faster democracy in some fine years. Well, Japan is the most advanced country in the world. Now, so America for your story and Mujankwan, you know, so say America. Japan is the most advanced country in the world. Uko Japan now travel 3 months. And over who said, on my penny, Tremidi can't call Japan because my brother or travel 20 years. No, I say, Mebano. No, I say, maybe I said, and it's over the shame or airport. I said, I said, oh, now, madam, who can pass me and call her that. I said, don't worry, what you would do? You get home. I gave you the address. I told you where we live. I said, now me, oh brother, now me, but what mission or airport? I said, I just want you to experience Japan right from the airport. Now I'm seeing you. And you do airport. Yeah, call immigration. Check if you be me family normal. Me pay ya na obi ejina. Some said, where do you want to go? Where are you going? Now so I'm going to northern Tokyo. I said, okay, the train will be here in a few minutes, but you have to go and buy the ticket. And then if I could in Japan, I buy or buame or train a bag, or coca Japanese. A ticket, mammy. Or say, oh, the train is coming. Let's run. No, mum. The America or train a bag. No, the America. I say, please hurry. I don't want you to lose the train.
Wow.
You drew not train. I drew. Now also, almost near grow. Almost do ya 2 minutes. You were 2, and 2 years later, why you late? So the train arrives at 8:30. 8:30. No, that's when the train is leaving there. So you have to be there at least 5 minutes before 8:30. And I'm done. I said, it's kind of person the shine. So I said, no, please get in the train.
Oh.
And then the full train. And to Tokyo, sir. Me do Tokyo wa me normal feel bag my feel me share station me broadcast trainer me fan. Into me share screen so I heard platform ben me come fast train. Now will be other. I say, where do you want to go? And so I need to go to Janane. I say, Japanese. Remember, I say, just mention that Japanese. Every Japanese will know that. Now me board, to me board, I say, platform number 3. Oh, I know I'm was some bag. Oh, the me to see platform no so. You do within 2 minutes, not train number. And then you say same and straight. If you do train station, you pay one number bridge now. Train station anymore.
Wow.
So I told you, I said, don't worry, I'm not coming to the airport to come and bring you. You will get it. I want you to experience Japan. I said, the people are very nice. And I didn't have to hustle. I say, that's what I'm talking about. I had a coffee. That chain was too much as well. My main name, Omega. Also, okay. I say, we want to play the area so you get to know your area. I say restaurant in this area and see you. Okay, boy, we are not so. My copy being Naminanti, we call restaurant. Nam Kotina, me, I'm say, who do ya na Yamawa Quaba, near Mawusio, no at Nasi, and no regional home, who pay beer, and then I open. Hey, people, they are very nice. Na me didi wie yen ana me tuaka me ma tip no so da bi o mo nye tip Japan o mo nye tip because o je tip ningwasia because no some na wa some so ba be didi a wa some no na juma na tade so he doesn't expect you to pay him for it. Wow. O mo nye tip.
Wow.
Hey, American ko jina ho say hwe ne tip.
So
I'm Japan. Woman yet. Now winning. Me really no said me jai me wallet. Say so a free talk almost a day I don't know. Thank you, me nante ya chinam me sign coffee. Me do fear na me who say the wallet is not with me. Ayera. My share is not there. Nam family brand so I said my year me your wallet. So, he now coy. Nam so, because restaurant, and if you have conante, I circle hacker crap, and I make say, will be a fat, or say, nobody will take it. Now, my friend and name say, nobody will take it. And what is said, but I'm a conante, a circle, and nipper bread, and I'm on nobody will take it. Now, say, okay, if you say it, I believe you. And you call a restaurant first, and in the first place, I call it. You do one, maybe our restaurant or no, with Pia, but no one any brand no more kind Japanese. I know, bride, say, I no, cousin say, I am say, the wallet at top of my young wallet, no, say, no, a phone booth be our restaurant mentioned, or say, Omodi at all. On the wallet, no, I shall phone booth in Timinko cover. Now say, hey, now phone booth now, I'm there to be cool run of fire. I said, no, Japan, they wouldn't do that.
Wow.
You call phone booth, one pencil, Mammy wallet, you know, Missika, Kakra, what the Pia, Pepe, nothing that was.
Wow.
And then, yeah, you find and somebody, and I'm better than I said, Madame. Now, my cousin Brown said, hey, so these people, they are like that. But says, this is Japan. Welcome to Japan. So, when they because of their culture. Well, because in their culture, no, ufo be there, obrekwa, enya wo dia na ipakona ma ho kwan se fa, musio. So they don't do it.
Thank you.
Well, they don't do it. Ana me branch so be awote no, ho busy area kakra. You know some ukobe every 100 meters no. One more drink your friend is a machine na tomonsan o diska ko shemna we vanda one more vending machine and some friends soft drinks and a beer and alcohol and so
beer we vending machine who Japan.
Vending machine, no,
vending machine,
beer, and a whiskey. The beer, I was a vending machine. Yeah, in small bottles. The beer, I was.
Yes, Sister Sheila say,
young people, and this woman, you have to, if you're under 20, you cannot drink in Japan. Under 20 years old, you can't drink. Now, when you say, vending machines no so baby in school class or high school or what school kola effort up and so take bia and I will some brother say so there's alcohol here to say oh yeah there's alcohol there's soft drink there's cigarette whatever you can just buy now say and the young people they wouldn't do it. No, because if they do it and somebody sees them, it's a disgrace for the family. So they won't do it. America, would you say America? You say, oh no, I'm not going to do it because my family. So, and you know, there are cultural values that are so wonderful for the human soul. Yeah, it's not European culture. Vending machines has alcohol and things, but the young people will never touch that in Japan.
Yeah, Sister Sheila say, for 1 week, no person will be back to Canada. Sister Sheila say Japan, no person will be back there. Any say you pet ticket na make a show hobby. Make a show hobby by the grace of God. Because
you have to.
Where the enemy,
and you know there are cultural values that are much more superior to some European ways. Yeah, that is the best way for the world to emulate. Daddy?
Only my baby, Mammy in Chawano. A couple years ago, Papa, Tamana yet in Montreal, only Indian for cock Ghana. Na, Omunam Pema, by Yang Honam, Papa, or ye do a honor, or qua, na, we. Or person Chile almost say in Kurumha is safe. They were very surprised. Couple years ago. This is about a couple just not Ghana is safe. Not Ghana is safe. Papa Mokwa or say inti Papa he was bragging to them say had the upa yera akolakura de ubebe fi. And then it is our Ghana. And this our Ghana biom. There be say Ghana ye wu ma wo neba kura no suro no. Because unim okonfo kura obekwa kwaka kire ne se onkope enipeti ne ne nan emra enti yam papa soga nyankopon kira but ye mesa twon time biom na ye kasamfa the Old Testament nia ya yira how I tie into yen Ghana culture no because yen metete no me ye ho abrewa yesi gina na chia no ntimi aka me ho me ho abrewa me gina chia no mentimi ntina se na panyi gina ho mentimi aka me ho mentimi nka me de ade ma obi kura me se me da ase thank you me de ama wono me se thank you the first no na ye fra obi me kasa ya na wo se ba bia me free ekuapem mampom so hum na ye tete me yen sister Sheila o se ontimi atem de me be sua wa o ha culture no ne yen nua no mu bi mu o tete wa me so me sua twi ni ntia ne eja you say sometimes when you want to talk to a fool or say it is not a way, it is actually a very good way to there was a way quote to be, especially if that fool is in leadership. As I said, we did not come. Me sua wa na me nim because baby I yet tete yen no any amamre a ye de tete yen no so obi sika pa da ho ya na ya me so woda ho sa de na ka me ho yen Dr. Sogaye kasa say Japan who say me see obroni walking into the school edi 100 sa da no o challenge me ma me hu me mu say me ye corrupt and I'm saying it to you o challenge me me tie ma me hu say me ye corrupt because na emra na wa asase no so no me say one of them say wo hu sika wa abontin a enye wo dia the Canada law. When you meet me failing interview for money mat, na me because Ghana yen tete ye phone no sika ye me yen enyankopon na wonna na de sika ne beto ho ma because of say yen corrupt mind.
Adiamani da so min saka. Adiamani.
Papa.
Obi sika yira no wa kotoso no. Na when you just already made that say, I do many does not mean that. Make us say, Brandy, Brandy, this was the values that we were taught. Say, Ubia de fat never come up with penny and not a paco baby and pacon bill. So, yes, what fat now they show, but we learn these things growing up as little boys.
Mr. Guy, this is by school, more measure 100 baby, na nsuo eto kakrakra. Mr. Mitsi parking lot na me friend madam for be say, hey, menua, say na ya protete. Osofo bedi adanse e wa sorry den. Say oba ha no, wo man friend na ne ho akere ne pa okọ mo wa ha. Nyankopon na de ne kodu ho pepepe okọ twa 2020 bebrebe. E no tams osofo free Ghana. Corrupt to the T. Justification. Nyamene this esikano. More ye mu shopping. Obi eba washroom am so hohoro ne nsa no. O de sikana to ho. Ne kra ebe ji $1 million na. Esesa nka wunya. Guy ye this kai buy. I'm sure say it was over 3,000 or so because it was a bundle of money. 100. Na maybe see me corrupt minded ma program nearby why yatete me say na fo bi disika say na ensaman fo disika beto ho ma nti wunya sika we say wo kofa e na me de mete ho na me nso na me hwe sika so na hwe say obi a me anka me se me ye so discipline but na emra ba ko de na me refisa asase we it belongs to God inti offense sika no de bae emra ne say ye free police ne ye de sika no e de ma na o me de kotu safe mu no beta me ye koye mankan enya me dia intimini. This is what we are talking about, the law. It is sometimes I say ye give and take in Sugana ahuchire ema ya moa. We are behaving like sabi ebimo. Enti amamara no de ye beka wasem ye papa Sogaba be oba be ne peke oba be yiyimu intellectually oba yiyimu ensuade ewo mu botaye ewo mu papa na ewo mu no ene law no. Where did we leave those things and went back to the corruptive ways of governance, governing the people, stripping the old, taking the food from those who don't have, instead of putting the food in their mouth. Now, make sure, Papa, unless it's a will be become an MSM, my Joe time, Panty, Mianca Saforano, and a China, yes, Messima, Mercy.
Now, me, where I am an idiot said, you made to me, I hear a shinade, a feet, a terrier, my air corner. Now, to me, who in tear, and no more cost, and not find a bit me a fast when I hear no man, the media. I am an idiot said, bit to me. Abano abedi sankata hona ahwefo ne atiefo nso omo tumi ahyiam bi sɛ ya menso mesia Nyankopɔn dom me a hɔ ma me ho nyibia na menso me de kyɛ na manfo nso enya ho faso na yɛmpɛsɛ meka twa to ene sɛ empire body idea ehia pa ɛwɔ bia abrɛbɔ me son, I'm saying me class 4. I'm class 4, so class 5. And I'm not smart. Some main 5 young comma a postmaster. Because a pastor be by a postmaster, no, or they on 129 a day at the bread. Into a quiet tune of Nanachi at the Cacas, the master, when found comma postmaster, I mean, Nana. Mebano na mebano postmaster no so omame ense teku satam na teku na edu pa na omame teku teku no na mehu atade bi ana mani je ho pa am so teku ide misanya fansrako wo satam ne fansrako 10 pesos srako the not 10% in the camera, 15%. Met me at a atade. Now, winning. May corner na opinion being so na odimanim na dinage. And TM said, me who said, Sicabia every the bottom out of them. Nay, 20 pesos. At them all done 20 pesos. Yeah, actual cocoa, ya draw cocoa, at to swap coming from a day. Now, me 5. Me 5 be say, says your man 20 pesos. And I will see a simple teku 5 pesos. Indeed, make me at to set no crime, you do crabs. Maybe this is there, and yes, I'm not 9 channels. The one and the dear maker, none so openly. When you patch on the Usika at a form. Now, or then is an initial, or say, Missika to form, say hi, and say 3 million at a form. And I'm with the man. Into one or then is a kind of bottom and say, pam, you, and no, J, no so, me that's it. When I smoke, I say, over family and I so mammy and so my mammy teacher Teresa. Teacher Teresa no mammy of Nana say so I woman. Because they know our home. Yes. Until the sad behavior and I'm demonstrating correspond to what they know about our home.
That's right.
Now winning. Enti odama sino I want to say, maybe we try. No, ye, I didn't touch any bottom. I know ye, man. 1 city. I know the man. 1 city. I say, J. I got to the open. Well, 20 pesos now tough for man. No, only 20 pesos now tough for man. Me fire within a chili man on. The reward he gave me was 1 city.
Wow.
10 times more than what I needed.
Yes.
To buy my share. God blesses you.
Yes.
Well, we do fear na me catch I'm so me call postmaster amame teku. Nti teku ni na opinion so also the secret from Namdema no or Cherny, 1 city into an Indian and so. Okay, who dey kuta? You see, ya kasa we na papa no oba fio. Oba fio na oba chia me nana. Also, me nim say wona na ni o. Oh, wona na dey obenyi ache. We feel there, that's what we are by you said, you fear a fever. Why are they? You seek out of form, I know if I don't know, Dimika, every time I say, you seek out of form. The man, Jordan, man, crime so. Why are they 19 in the Sanso Cherry be crack? Well, anything to me, do fear on man can't tell me, and I say, Papaya Chemisika. And can I know so much as a BBC? Nti one man so I or the better man say why are there na this guy would mind the doors no also ade that see am so me ban no so this kind of we are na nanom ye maame no ade atete yan no it's very important. Europe has that kind of any hobby we could tell because I learned that this is the righteous way of living life.
That's right.
Me back home have first America as a student. Now school America on a restaurant view Korea food. Now Miss Korea for be an India because I had the opportunity one time for Korea. It me call Korea restaurant na me ko didi. Me didi we na me tiaka. $20 na me man. Na so mama insisa $11 and some cents. Now, Papa, no man and sister, and you refuse now. With $20 now, the man no started cancer no at the man. And I made a major and I'm the bottom because no me pentem. 80 Agyapong school, I make offer train a coffee. The years cardiac out to take them and say, then at $20 I can be sick because me say, on them cast a better pay or the Mexican at their cancer no at their mammy. The one.
Hello. Sorry, why? Sorry, we're not here if you in Muntino. My men sound fro na emfa. Why?
Bluetooth mode. The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. Low battery, please charge. Charge in.
Okay. And I say.
The Bluetooth device paired.
Hello.
Abaso.
Okay, Abaso. But you. After the so now.
Okay. And I'm there.
Low battery, please charge.
Kakache penina or this man, so. Me buy no, be chiaka, but what sign the music and then Sisano, a man.
Sorry, why? Sorry. Me we no, me speaker no na. Mommy warning he said. Low. Mpacho you.
Bluetooth mode. The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. Low battery, please charge. Charge in.
Okay.
The Bluetooth device paired. Low battery, please charge.
Hello.
Abaso.
Hello. Na mommy low battery,
okay.
low battery. I don't know how.
Okay. And a mattress is here.
I say I take up. It's here for with you. Aye, okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Give them $20 in the Sunday man.
Sorry. I did the man tobacco pukura. Okay, for where the Monfanchame young way no ya tena swache. Now Mr. Soga, yen Dr. Soga war American memon ni atwetwem komone. Me gidi se wa febi ato wonso ukoto dwem na wasuan bebre efa eniye pa ho yensuban pa Japan eno kire omudi omu amamre ena ebum oman ni ntino ma niama ewrane okay Ghana ye me gidi se ye yesuatra yesua de ekra ekwanchira de eye mfe pa hello sorry mama here say bet me the what to ade so obi ma esi adesa aye ebe ye kakra me here say me do bet me ato so me bo
Bluetooth mode. The Bluetooth device is ready to pair. Charge in. The Bluetooth device paired.
Okay, after the aba.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yo. Yeah, and the American said, Sanya, we call restaurant, Korea restaurant, we send this kind of call catcher opinion so we did and me tia can I said oh mama says I know Sunday me am sick and I can't say now the man o sick am any and I'm the man are you sure and I'm saying so I know how much I had in my pocket. I only had one note, $20 note in my pocket. That's all the money I had today. But right now I have $31 and some change because you gave me a change of $11 and something, so which means that you mistakenly added the $20 to the change you gave me. And I feel, the restaurant, no, so, or buy, and I also, what is the maximum? So, I think he just forgot and gave me back my money. So, I'm giving the money back to him. I want my restaurant to Korean meal. I'll show me some, say thank you very much. See, you are a very good man. And so, thank you. You serve us food, so we have to pay for it. And to be clear, I know restaurant me Korean Odina chi appear. No, I say, please come back tomorrow. And I'm sure Martin. No, I say, you have taught me a lesson today. And I say, really, what lesson is that? Oh, I used to think that all black people are just, nonsense people. But today you taught me that not all black people are like that.
You see?
And so, okay, thank you. It is say mentality now could say before once African Americans from a blue or here and because some moody, I will go until. No, for that, yes, I know, you are a very good man. In the following day, now I'm in person of Kokra, but I want to be doing lunch from time to time. And after class, lunch break, no call. And we call, so what do you want? Now, in fact, call parent, some cry, say, what do you want? You do, no. And if you do have a chance, within few minutes now only, but they are nearby. And we do have a good track of president. This is on me. This is on the house.
Oh, wow.
You enjoy your life. Thank you for yesterday. Namidanas. Oh, see, anytime, if you are hungry, just come and eat lunch. I'm so, no, I can't do that. And me say call no so do man insurance baby. And at least me try back. I'll make sure say either so them may drink and I say cookie or something in addition to what I've got. So and you know when you are raised with this kind of values, you know, it becomes a benefit for you. Now it wasn't natural to me say I demonstrate this value because each other told me one or twice because Obi Esmani said me concotadia me cotadia and since I'm going to be akoto maybe I show me kuri sa okay kuri na koto kuri me ba na so adena me koto and since I need and so no meanwhile na Obi ehu say makoto kuri ejo chiwo ba say oh you ho na no na me to ade na no so to kuri you guys should know so now we talk quickly now one now is carry koto quickly na say ya chene me sabi di atro now so last woman is coming na idiaka na mdito quickly now say scam ma so fa koye so dia koye amana so nti sisa ben the kaya with the koto quickly was one kind of crap and you never need mechanical uncle Smam Samin got a cigarette na mamma watch uncle cigarette back on and the cigarette back on the second hour and got a curriculum. Masna Ubiacha of idea, oh mamma can't of I said, mamma no, watch out cigarette back on. Now, where you Sikano and the Aquaco took Sikana Odia. So that, oh, Juana and the two Ajimuni and Semi, or Juana and said, Medi hot. You know, that serves as a deterrent, said, what I've done is not good, or it's not a good behavior. And to me, it corrected my way of thinking.
That's right.
And through that, you know, I've learned to do things appropriately. Of course, we are not perfect, but at least these values train us for righteousness. Bible no casa. But see, train your children for righteous living. So, enti yang gana ya manya na yekuta da no. Yana nanu amanya umdetiti no. They are good values which are Bible based. When we mean Bible no word for word as any and so any kutu Bible by heart. They mean but they had the wisdom of the word of God. Womo sanyansan womo di atitiye.
Oh yeah.
So womo na make us because nyamisen kwa nkasa so kafe I will write my laws in your heart. And so the laws were in the hearts of our grandparents and great-grandparents with which they raised us. So and next they did their two papers but it doesn't stick to our heart.
Exactly.
That is part of the problem. They are trying to paper so, but it doesn't stick in our heart. So, but whatever we learn through wisdom, no, it stays in our heart, in our mind, and we live by it. And you know, we have to go back to the olden days, the values of the olden days, and to teach our generation and the generations after us to use those values, to live by those values. And then I believe, sir, the generation after us will see a country that is prosperous, a country that keeps faith.
Yes.
Now, the American church one said, your friend even said theocracy. Theocracy, you know, and then people will say, oh, that's religion. We don't want religion in politics. We don't want religion in our politics. And I find people saying, during one they say, more question abrofo and you know, you are saying what you don't even know about. When we talk about theocracy which I said, we are using the principles of God to govern ourselves. That's it. Why? Whose principles do you want to use? Whose principles else Apart from your creator no abowa or abofo abowa or the emra akama brabon. And you know na udi bra.
Yeah.
And when we talk about theocracy, no man for say, or forget about theocracy. We can use theocracy. And that's how you proceed. The Israel for Moses and Mra were their mawam. I am Mra a yejuma because I am Mra ye young couple, your before a dear Maya. See, at the no at the boy and Bra, things will go very well. Who calls from Landa? The essence of democracy is partly theocracy. And you know, in most of their universities, you know, one of the top subjects in their university is theology. To study how God's principles can govern our way of life to do things well. So, and you know, if you go to Finland and you want to study theology, they'll give you free scholarships to study theology.
Look at that.
And it is Yabra Bonu is for living the life God gave us. And God gave us guidance as to how to govern ourselves as a nation. It is there in the Psalms, it's there in the Bible. The nation that keeps faith, a nation that governs on God's principles will prosper. It's in a person with a church one. Remember me a trap one, as almost original, now me over Juma. And that's it.
Dr. Sogana waten in Kano or America memu ewo abrochi memu ha enna or anthropologist. I mean an anthropologist in Chishemu, a body in Chishemu, any religious way niama emma onipa to me we fa hundie ewo wankasa obiemu wasetenemu wone wo yonko famu anase nia ema wo nkoso wo asase yi so eno ho animdie eno wo we mu sei no na ganafo apam wo mo afikuro mu wo because we odu Ghana me nkasa me yanti bi a me meeting no wa banki one ye juma as a banker nye banker nko as an investor omo approve billions of millions of dollars so application and ye NDA bia ye ko pay $500 ne $700,000 in bank account na mu ni bi or approve 10 million and up or training Chinese for training Indian for training all those investors you know. And now what they are retired this or retire early or yeah Juma Shamami or Jina who said me or can't cry or check Ghana and Kaopeso check Ghana for how we can be financial stable, we can be financial literacy or the brain community in Ghana for and Jianfa or call Ghana banking system wrong. But what we say slavery mentality na won ye ho no ye nua ben ye fo so ba ba gi ye position bi wonim sika nipa gi wa nti ama ye nkoso an yaponyansa na ye doctor acheche ye mu no ye ba besan ba biom na wotwe ye be aba kireche amamre ne a eye ne esese ye gyamu ne esese ye kura mu yie pa ne ya kirekire ne ya kirekire e ma opanyin a onim the fundamentals the over foundation say o mebu mindset de ekoso wo MPP mabu omu no opanya onim fama ya kire no a entetiye Ghana entetiye onti ase pa na oti Ghana amamra oti asase no na chiwade ne na pede a omu mebu mindset aka Ghana fo menim Ghana ni bia owo kromo chese wo matutu kwan yo ya rape nkrofo onim se rape defiling somebody's innocence. Wapo oba na mpe no wakotete no wonremu arepu no no see or bomb paye dunikoto dwenim se nyankopon nhira no. Sometimes anje obi di mercy wo di takashi timitu kwan na wo di takashi abepe adwuma wanim de utumi a wo di ye niam hwe nyankopon nhira wo ho enye sika de ni bi na ye ka ho enye sika de ni bi ti wo mansions a don't think say ye shida. Now don't be confused with blessings versus adia. Eye given to you. Something I see. Wemo omonamwa corrupt just say agio mutimuma. Ne master asuma ne say on tina stone na wo bedi dwa eba gentuma entuma ne ye de be ma 5 cedis otimi ne ntuma no wura no di ano ama ntuma no de ma ntuma wura de ma no 4 cedis instead of so bedi no kore akere ne master no or the 2 cedis no or 1 cedi na to the bottom we ya fa no so ntina obi store mu or ti obi apaka mu no no nso di ni dwa. That means to say you are not being loyal. Otime negotiate ama afa de one nso na obi afa no say fa wunyansa no fa pesika na wonso nya bi eno na obi timi nya promotion wa adwuma nanso what obi apaka mu di ono nso ni dwa wo na osi say nipa we otiga na yentete yes ya tete no onim se we eye bone because they can justify it ono di ni nyansa ena di nya sika no na nye ne master ne de no enkofo bebre eno na ye ka se ntete ye ti amamra se na se ye nimu ya sade a ye di bone e be kanya koma se ye di bone ina ye papa kire mu he ni enyama bebre wo me se onyini wo Ghana ntete ye pemu a me se anka niam bi wo ho a me baby amakofefa anka niam bi wo ho a seriously ke se me ye gwe wo mu pa but ntete ye bi a ye de tete me ne de we a ya hye ya season me no niam bi wo ho a me Mavis me ntimi ye me kan se me ye we o kronkron ye nya kronkron na but basic moral values say ube wia obi ade uyo obi yakayaka de wonim say ye yakayaka de government te ho e komo de nkrofo nkole wu there is no safety security ni Ghana biom Canada Japan a whole TV station o chantro nim ofo say Ghana ye katakata ni amaso ama enipeni efra ma ye hu papa ne boni enti onim say ebi mo so tie kire o mo hwe hwe say TV so wati me be chatro say a whole way aba be pa o chew because say onim say boni akata Ghana so enti onim say ne o ka no obi eni wo betimi a edidi mu akọ akira hwehwem ofo so betimi afa ne wadi nyankopon enhira ye nyina nyankopon enhira wo say open no kore